this weekend at Northern Michigan. Our pregame coverage starts just after 3:30. Cardinals coach Jonathan Gannon says defensive lineman Darius Robinson and Roy Lopez and quarterback Sean Murphy-Bunting all will not play Sunday against the Cardinals. College ball tomorrow, Arizona at home trying to get to 500 with a win over West Virginia. ASU is off. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Now your chance to win $1,000. Just enter the nationwide keyword bank at foxsports910.com. That's bank at foxsports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
Well, as we head into the weekend, we're talking some record-breaking heat. The forecast high today is 97 degrees. That'll be 1 degree warmer than the current record. Mostly sunny sky, dry conditions, and tonight falling to a comfortable forecast low of 67.
I think everybody sounded on the same page there.
Meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com.
Come on, we're back, baby.
Over 100 online casinos. And play for free at ChumbaCasino.com. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Better than being a Cardinals fan, that's for sure. Those are the Super Bowl wins.
Calling
Playoff wins working for the Cardinals. I'm sure those are working great.
Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing and is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On Fox Sports 910.
You're live.
Phoenix Suns are going to square off tonight against the Lakers, and right across the street, basically, or up the street, you got the Dodgers and the Yankees getting the World Series underway. World Series number 1, game 1, that is. Of course, the Cardinals are on their way to Miami. Tyreek Hill and Tua and the Dolphins. That'll be on Sunday at 9 o'clock. ASU got a bye week, and Arizona will be hosting West Virginia. Welcome in. It's a Friday. We're out here at Wright Toyota, right on the corner, right on the price. Wright Toyota will be here till about 3:30, leading up to some ASU hockey here on the flagship here on Fox Sports 910. But let's get to the World Series, as that is getting going tonight. This will mark the 12th time that these two storied franchises will meet in the Fall Classic. But the first time since 1981. Of course, you know the superstars with Ohtani and Judge on the biggest stage. Should be a lot of fun. Tonight, the first pitch is at 5:08. 5:08 is the time with the basketball game going on at 7. It should be a lot of fun. They're hoping for a huge rating, a gigantic rating. Last year was a record low World Series rating viewership with the D-backs and the Rangers. So how high can it go? That is the big question. Some say that this will get up there where the Red Sox and Dodgers series was in 2018, where it averaged about 14 million. When the Astros and Dodgers played the year before, they averaged close to 19 million. And the last time the Yankees played, they played the Phillies, and that averaged just over 19. So can this thing get to over 20? The number one rating when it comes to amount of people, viewers that watched a World Series was Game 7 between the Cleveland Indians and the Chicago Cubs. It did 23.4 million. So this, you hope, will get into that 15 million range. I know not we care at all, but I think the advertisers do. It's just sad that they're starting on a Friday night. I think they made a big mistake not starting during the week on a Tuesday and Wednesday when there's nothing else going on. Now they're competing with the first week of the NBA, and they had an opportunity. Unfortunately, the schedule is set well in advance, but here it is, Friday night. Friday night doesn't do well ratings. Fridays do not do well. Saturdays typically do not do well. It's during the week, Sunday through Thursday is when these viewership numbers are typically really high. Unfortunately, the Friday and Saturday, you got stuff going on. Friday night football with your kids. You got things on Saturday going on with the kids. The viewership's down.
I thought it was a long time as well. I thought in reference to them having almost a week, 4 or 5 days off. I think no matter if it's a Friday night, Thursday night, it's the Dodgers and Yankees, Rock. People are going to tune in. They're going to watch.
Not if you got plans.
Well, if you got,
I do.
Well, I do too. I got to go call a football game.
Okay, so
but doesn't mean that folks can't tape it and can't watch it.
No one tapes games anymore.
I know a lot of guys that tape.
Name one other than yourself.
One of my other broadcast partner, Kevin Derryberry, with our AIA broadcast, he does that. He tapes. He's a huge Dodger fan, baseball fan, so he'll be taping it.
The world of taping is not where it used to be.
Well,
because as you know, you don't even watch NFL on Sunday. You
watch
it on YouTube later.
I do. I go watch.
You're not taping all these games.
I don't watch. I watch the Cardinals game. I tape the Cardinals game. I tape that. I'll watch a complete Cardinals game. Now the other games,
you have to.
Yeah, and then the other games, I'll go to YouTube. There might be 6 or 7 games.
There's a 0.5% that do what we do that would have to tape.
Well, I know that, but I'm doing it because I'm busy on Sundays. Unfortunately, I should say fortunately, I'm very good. But I think that you look at this series, and I think all of the stories within the stories, the biggest thing I feel is going to be how does the Dodger pitching hold up versus this Yankees team, because the Dodgers bullpen and the Dodgers pitching has thrown a lot of innings during the playoffs. You look at Flaherty during the playoffs. He's at 1-2. 7.04 in the playoffs, going against Garrett Cole tonight, who's been pitching outstanding in the playoffs. So that's kind of the $64,000 question, Rock, is how does this games by committee when you're throwing 7-8 guys per? Now Flaherty can go 2 or 3 innings or 4 innings.
Got him there.
That'd be a bonus. But he struggled during the playoffs. They had to come in. Dave Roberts has had to go by the bullpen, and he started a couple of games with the opener and then having 7 or 8 guys finish the game, and they've been successful with it. Now, you just wonder if they're not out of gas with the 4 or 5 days rest.
They've had a lot of rest.
Yeah, they have.
When it comes to ticket prices for Game 1 there in Los Angeles, well over $1,000 a piece. That's in the nosebleed. When you're looking at kind of the higher level seats, they were around $1,800 yesterday. They've been slowly going down where you could get in for about $850. Tickets for 3, 4, and 5, which are in the Bronx, the cheapest you're going to find on any of these ticket websites are about $1,500. Compare that to last year with the World Series with the Diamondbacks and the Rangers. The Diamondbacks, the average ticket at home at Chase was $843. For the Rangers, it was $1,100. So you look at Dodger Stadium, that average is about $1,300. The average at Yankee Stadium currently is $1,900.
Man,
so it's
for
a big
one
ticket.
game.
Yeah,
one ticket.
Big ticket. I like some of the press clippings when he comes to the back page of the New York Post, the Newsday. You look at the New York Post, lights, camera, action. It's opening night in H-Wood with the spotlight on baseball's biggest stars. On the Newsday, it's got Cole, calm, and collected. Of course, they're talking about their starting pitcher who's going to go as well. The one other paper in New York has got Stars Align, Hollywood versus Broadway. Thought that was good. The LA Times just has basically 2 silhouettes of Ohtani and Judge saying ready to slug it out coast to coast. Japanese fans, that has been real big. StubHub outside of North America has tons of ticket buyers from Japan that are leading the number of tickets sold for Game 1 in this Dodger Yankee series in LA. I think that's pretty cool. Ticket buyers are coming from all 50 states, 46 states last year, 42 different countries this year. So there's some pretty interesting facts when it comes to that. I want to play 2 different songs. Okay, our It's Your Call question of the day. What song would you rather hear? What song would you rather play? So we're going to play 2 of them and just mentally give me, I can sense what you're thinking. Mentally, what song you think you would want to play after a victory tonight. First one. So when you want to hear Randy Newman's I Love LA, or
I want to wake up in a city that doesn't sleep.
It's a no-brainer.
And
how can it not be Frank?
Frank's awesome.
Frank Sinatra, New York, New York. I mean,
great song.
That is our It's Your Call question today, brought to you by State 48 Roofing. Go to our website, or I should say our Twitter page, X at Roc and Manuch, and vote. Which song would you rather hear? That's going to tell us who's going to win. In some cases, maybe some people like I Love LA because they're Laker fans.
Yeah.
They're not Dodger fans.
It could be, or you could like the song, but you still are rooting for the Dodgers. And one of those kind of things too. But I mean, both classic songs. And that's the fun thing about some of these teams that have adopted these songs after their victories. I mean, I think playing them damn San Diego Chargers and them running the score up, and then San Diego Supercharger that being played. We had I forget the name of the song we had when we won in Buffalo, but it's kind of fun to hear that after it's all said and done.
You didn't win when you were in Buffalo.
Yeah, we did. We won the AFC East in 1980. But
that was a strike year.
No, strike year was 1987. Rock.
So you didn't play 7 years.
I played 79 and 80
with
the Bills, 81 in Toronto, 82 Green Bay,
all right,
83 with the Arizona Wranglers.
Then when did you get to the 87 strike?
87. I had a year off. Outlaws, excuse me, and then the replacement games of the Buffalo Bills in 1987.
I've been doing this 20 years with you. I didn't know you had 2 stints with the Bills.
Yeah.
Jackson, did you know he had 2 stints with the Bills?
No. Yeah. 79, my first 2 years.
Can you fact check this?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Because I would think by now, 20 years into this relationship, I would have known you played for Buffalo twice.
Yeah, 79, 80, and then 87. And I would have loved to play 7 years straight through.
Yeah, you wouldn't be doing this with me.
Yes, I would. Absolutely. I'd love the broadcast. That's right.
Wow. Fact check. See, we can fact check your stuff. We can't fact check Jimmy B.
You can fact check Jimmy. He's pretty much.
Now, do you want me to read his stats from 87, or is that for another segment?
No, go ahead. We got time.
All right. 3 games played, 1 game starts.
Looks like wait. Time out. I'm going to make it. I don't know the stats, but I'm going to make this prediction. More yards on the ground than more yards in the air, and he was a quarterback.
I had 1 start out of those 3 games in 87.
7 of 21. Yeah. 68 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks.
Yeah. How many?
Now I'm looking for the rushing yards right now. I can't seem to find the rushing
very
yards.
much during the replacement game.
The only sound we have from you is running out of bounds.
Oh, here we go. 4 attempts, 6 yards.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. A long of 9.
All right.
That long 9 yards.
So then you lost yards. You got sacked?
I got sacked 3 times during replacement games. God bless those
replacement games.
Yeah, the replacement game. That was playing with we got NAIA guys back in those days who had never played D1 football, but it was fun. I had a blast, enjoyed it.
Speaking of Los Angeles, LeBron James and Devin Booker tonight, they'll go at it, and then tomorrow it's the Mavs in town for the home opener. Of course, they're coming off that 116-113 overtime win in LA against the Clippers. The big 3 in that game combined for 64 points in that comeback victory. It came out today, according to ESPN, that they have finally announced what the plans are for Bronny. Bronny will make the road trip with the Lakers as they head on the road on the 28th through the 6th. But once he returns to Los Angeles, they're going to have a Bronny shuttle. And he'll go back. He'll go from the main roster to the team's South Bay G League team, their affiliates. So he'll go back and forth.
Can I say, Rock, that
no comment on LeBron James?
Yeah, the LeBron Bronny history thing to me was
3 minutes.
Lead balloon. Fell
Jimmy loved it.
Oh, he loved it. I said, Jimmy.
Did you read that little note I put in our lineup the other day?
He was. I said, Jimmy, that was contrived. That was Hollywood at its finest.
Oh, it's so Hollywood.
It was so Hollywood. It was so contrived and so LeBron James. How the hell can you give that any merit whatsoever? And I'm glad I wasn't the only one that got panned throughout the NBA.
All right, headlines brought to you by Twin Peaks and our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes, where we are giving away a Traeger grill, a Blackstone griddle, a pizza oven, a cornhole set, a portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector with an inflatable screen, a cooler, multiple cases of Cocoa 5, $250 Twin Peaks gift card, and Roc and Manuch Jimmy B logoed Wild Gear tumblers. That's the one prize. You win all of that. If you want to win, you got to play. Text Peaks to 59925. You can do it every day, once a day. No purchase necessary. Again, that's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates do apply, and watch all of the football action all weekend long at Twin Peaks, thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light. Coming up, our Sounds tonight, plus a very special on this day for you Red Sox fans. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Dive into serenity at Fantastic Spa Outlet. We specialize in Eco Spa, energy-efficient, environmentally friendly hot tubs that let you unwind while being kind to the planet and have you covered with a lifetime warranty on our covers. Visit us Friday through Sunday from 10 to 4 and check out our top-quality spas that fit every lifestyle. Family owned by former pro baseball player Sean Purdy. Call 602-759-9529 or visit FantasticSpaOutlet.com. Fantastic Spa Outlet, 10550 East Baseline Road, Mesa, Arizona.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Any car dealer in Arizona can compete on price. That's what dealers do, but not many dealers can compete on customer satisfaction. Like Wright Toyota. Make the right choice. Wright Toyota in Scottsdale, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Get ready to turn heads with Arizona Color Vehicle Wraps, the original vehicle wrap shop. Your one-stop shop for business branding, vehicle wraps, and graphics. Our in-house graphic design team specializes in everything from food trucks to business fleets, RVs, cargo trailers, and side-by-sides. Ready to elevate your brand? Call Arizona Color Vehicle Wraps at 623-580-7386 or get a quick quote online at arizonacolorwraps.com. One call wraps it all.
Looking for the ultimate hangout? Welcome to the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo, where epic sports, stunning cars, and ice-cold drinks meet fabulous food and specialty cocktails. It's the spot for everyone. Guys love our 34K TVs, 16-foot video wall, and killer happy hour specials, while the ladies indulge in high-end decor and amazing cuisine. Join us for our thrilling nights. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Mondays, Coach Dillingham on Wednesdays, and Cards on Thursdays. Visit us at Price and Queen Creek Road in Chandler. The Trophy Bar, where the spoils go to the victors.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
You're live.
In North Scottsdale, you'll lease a new 2024 Tundra SR5 for $479 per month. You got the new Tacomas, $349 a month. All up on the website at wrighttoyota.com. And very busy Friday. As we get to our sounds from last night, you had the Vikings trailing 28-20, just over a minute 30 left in the game. Sam Darnold drops back to pass, and this is what happens.
Darnold, look out, safety. Byron Young. takes them down to the end zone. Rams seal it. They had 2, and it's 30-20.
Very clear, very obvious penalty that everybody watching from home saw. The announcers on TV pointed it out in real time, but the refs must have been trying to catch a flight because that was one of the worst non-calls I think I've ever seen in this sport.
And the official who's responsible for that said he was right behind. You could see him behind him. And I'm like, how do you miss that?
Don't.
He said, well, I didn't see him. He goes, I missed it. My bad. I mean, you're right there. I mean, he yanked his head around as he yanked him and threw him down. Matter of fact, it looked like Young was like grabbing his head like, oh, my gosh, I screwed up. Versus, we got to say.
He clearly knew he got hooked
totally
on his
hooked
face
him.
mask.
I mean, you got to be kidding me. I mean, that should be reviewable. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, maybe that's one of your challenges. If you're one of the coaches, that you say you have a challenge, you want to challenge that kind of a call or non-call. Say we want to look at that again because he clearly hooked him. He clearly about damn near yanked his head off. So how you miss is beyond me.
8 points down, they could have come back, get a touchdown. Who knows what could have happened? A minute 30 is a lot of time.
At least it's a 15-yard penalty. Get him off the goal line. Give him a chance to drive down the field, and maybe they have a chance to go ahead and get the 2 points. But I can tell you what, the Rams down 14-zip early. Sam Darnold looked phenomenal. But how about Nakua and Kupp and Stafford? The band is back, Rock.
Hey, wow, one game. Here's Sean McVay on the upset win.
What a great team win against an excellent opponent. You guys know the respect and admiration and love that I have for Kevin O'Connell. What a great job. What a great team they've been really through the first 6 weeks. And obviously now we're in our 7th game. They had a bye as well. But our guys were ready to go tonight. I was really pleased. I thought Matthew Stafford was outstanding. Congratulations to him for going top 10 all-time completions now, surpassing Dan Marino all-time for 9th. Our offensive line was really good. I thought they did a great job being able to get removal. I thought their protection was outstanding. Kyron always plays so tough. Great job on the first touchdown to be able to win on a little option route. And then it was so great having Puka and Cooper back. There's an energy, there's a spark. Thought the defense fed off of those guys. They did a good job offensively coming out, getting 2 scoring drives, but then I thought we settled in. We were able to get.
Sean McVay after the game, courtesy of Rams. I love listening to that guy.
He's great.
The guy's a great soundbite.
The hell with the B12 shot. Listen to him.
Yeah.
He'll get you fired up. But, you look at Nakua and Kupp, 12 catches between the two. The on the trading block, wink, wink, Cooper Kupp. Matthew Stafford looked great last night. The way he moved around, made some of those throws. He was dead to right, sacked on a couple of them, got the ball out. He looked sharp last night.
Is this a shot at Kyler Murray? Here's DeAndre Hopkins talking about having not played with any meaningful quarterbacks over the last few years.
DeAndre, what you've done in your career, what does it mean to you to come into a building that knows how to win championships and the approach that it takes?
It means a lot. It takes your game to a different level. It takes your focus, your drive, knowing that you're playing for something. It takes your game to a different level. I haven't played meaningful football in a couple years since, we probably started 8-0 in Arizona. So, it takes your game to a different level.
Yeah. Hasn't played meaningful football in a couple years.
Well, I did mention the playoff year. He did mention 8-0.
I was going to cut that out to make it sound better.
Yeah, that was what a woeful. But, the other couple of years he was here.
How great is he to be able to go to the Chiefs?
Oh, my God.
He's going to excel.
He
may be back to the old DeAndre Hopkins.
Rock, that's the most excitement I've ever heard in DeAndre Hopkins' voice.
Yeah, you don't hear much out of him, do you? Yesterday, we talked a lot about load management, how the NBA is an absolute joke. More guys sitting out. Paul George is now out with a so-called bruised knee. Joel Embiid's been the big one. He's come out and says he doesn't want to play back-to-back games. Charles Barkley had something to say about it. Here he is talking about it on NBA on TNT.
But, man, I don't have any idea what the Sixers are doing. I don't think it's fair. Now, listen, I want to get this number right because this is crazy, and bless the kid, number one. He just signed for 3 years, $193 million. 3 years, $193 million to play basketball. We're not steel workers. We're not nurses. Like people who got like real jobs who have to work 40, 50 hours a week. We're playing basketball at the most 4 days a week. Most of the time, 3 days a week. He has the best backup in the league in Drummond. If they had said, and Ken and Shaq know this. Yeah, he just say, I'm going to play 25 minutes on the second night or back-to-back. Or then Drummond plays. But to come out and say it in advance was a stupidity by the Sixers, period.
And on top of that, Rock, I mean, the commissioner, I should have stepped in and said something at that point. Look, we're not going to have this. You are there to play. You are there to have some kind of demand upon these players. Even with Charles saying, well, hey, I'll just do 25 minutes the following night or after that. No, you're making $60-some million a year. You're a young guy. Okay, knees or no knees. If you're legitimately hurt or legitimately injured, I could see that. But to come out and be very flippant and flagrant in that comment, why didn't the commissioner step up and say something?
I agree. I think he's afraid to say something because of backlash. It's a players' league.
Rock, all the fans are thinking the same thing. They're like, okay, we're going to pay you big money. We're going to pay tickets.
His check clears every 2 weeks.
It's sad. It is so sad.
Time for On This Day. We're going to take you back when Mookie Wilson hit that slow roller to first base that went through Bill Buckner's legs.
3-2 to Mookie Wilson. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner.
How about that? I mean, that was a long time ago, very long time ago, 38 years ago. And I want to play something I found when Larry David, of course, from Curb Your Enthusiasm, the writer behind Seinfeld, found a way to make Bill Buckner a hero in season 8.
Herman here is from Boston. He's a big Red Sox fan, and he can't be in the same room with Bill Buckner. I'll have to ask you to please leave. I'm terribly sorry.
Are you serious?
I'm really.
Are you for real?
October 1986. 2 outs.
Larry, don't worry about it. Hey, they can't help themselves.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Yeah, we can't help ourselves. Don't let the door go through your legs on the way out, Buckner.
I thought that toward the end of that Curb Your Enthusiasm episode, him catching that baby on the run and everyone just cheering for him and then holding him up on his shoulders. That's what I think people should do, is hold Bill Buckner on their shoulders, because he's a true champion of the game of baseball.
You know, the Boston fans finally came around to win the World Series in 2004, and he welcomed him back to Fenway, and he got a standing O. He also threw out the first pitch. So they did, eventually come around.
Make amends.
And but what a good guy, Bill. What a good sport he was with that. Also on this day, sadly, 1999, Payne Stewart died in a plane crash. He was only 42 years old.
You look back at that whole Bill Buckner, great writing by Larry David, and Curb Your Enthusiasm on top of that. But I mean, it was fun to see. He came back before he passed away. Everybody made amends, cheered him on, and pretty much put that behind him from 1986.
On This Day is brought to you by Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale, the home of the Huskers in Arizona, the official alumni chapter of the University of Nebraska in Arizona. They are the official watch party tomorrow, 62nd Street in Bell. They got the Buckeyes. Buckeyes and Huskers, 9 o'clock breakfast buffet. I'll be there. It's Buckeyes, Huskers tomorrow at Arena Sports Grill. Coming up, we'll look at the NFC West, how that is all messed up. You think about it. You got an Arizona Cardinal team that could win this weekend and maybe be ahead of this division. They are 2-0 against NFC West foes, but we're going to catch up with Eric Williams next from Fox Sports. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Behold.
Clear. Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
When the Cardinals visit the Dolphins on Sunday, they will do so without cornerback Sean Murphy-Bunting and D lineman Roy Lopez. Also, rookie defensive lineman Darius Robinson will not be activated off injured reserve. As for the Fish, they will have Tua Tagovailoa back at quarterback, coming back from his latest concussion. ASU hockey today on Fox Sports 910. The Sun Devils at Northern Michigan. The pregame gets started just after 3:30. The Suns calling the Lakers, looking to go to 2-0 after beating the Clippers on Wednesday. Arizona home for West Virginia in college football tomorrow. ASU is off. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910. Available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
You may not have any experience dealing with car wrecks, but Lerner & Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney to make sure your interests, like car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages, are protected. Finding the right attorney is actually easy. Just look for reputation, experience, and results. Lerner & Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews, decades of experience, and we've recovered billions of dollars for our injured clients. Hurt in a wreck and need a check? Call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Join the team at the largest towing company in the state, All City Towing. We're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, and customer service personnel. Enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, a healthy 401k employer match, health benefits, employer-paid life insurance, and a monthly fuel allowance. Ready to take your career to the next level? Visit us at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me? Free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Hey, Arizona, it's Mike Wilbon. I've been around sports professionally and personally for a long, long time. And whether you're on a court, in the gym, or just navigating a tough day, you need to stay hydrated. That's where Cocoa 5 comes in. Cocoa 5 isn't your average sports drink, packed with the electrolytes your body craves, but without the artificial junk you don't need. Available at your favorite stores, Cocoa 5 Active Hydration. Stay hydrated, Arizona.
In the fast lane of life, your fuel should keep up. Time to check out G2G protein bars, your ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether it's a workday, gym session, or navigating daily chaos, G2G has got you covered. Find them now at your local Costco in the refrigerated section, or explore all 8 fantastic flavors at G2GBar.com. Great tasting and packed with protein, so keep pace with life in the fast lane with G2G protein bars.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, NA member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Sarah Spain for iHeart Women's Sports.
Presented by Capital One.
Unrivaled, the 3-on-3 basketball league, tipping off in January and co-founded by the WNBA's Brianna Stewart and Nafisa Collier, has dropped the names of its 6 teams: the Phantom, Mist, Lunar Owls, Laces, Rose, and Vinyl BCs basketball clubs, a nod to Euro football clubs. 26 of the 30 participating players have been announced so far. For more women's sports stories, subscribe to Good Game with Sarah Spain on iHeart Podcasts.
Capital One is a founding partner of iHeart Women's Sports Network. With the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card, you earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase for your business with the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/SparkCash for details.
Vikings minus Blake Cashman tonight. He's hurt. Leads the team in tackles. Meanwhile, Stafford chased, escapes, fires, caught. Touchdown. Cooper Kupp.
Your life. Nice win for the Rams last night. They improved to 3-4, now tied with the Cardinals at 3-4, who of course will face the Dolphins on the road, and then the 49ers 3-4. They host the Cowboys on Sunday night. Seahawks still, they sit at the top of the division at 4-3, and they will host the Buffalo Bills. Eric Williams joins us, NFC beat writer for Fox Sports, joins us here on the Right to It guest sign. How you doing, Eric? What's going on? How's your Friday today?
Friday's going great. Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Was there a face mask call at the end of that game last night?
Yeah,
Did you happen to see that? I mean, I don't know. I saw it. Manuch?
Yeah, very clear to me.
Eric, did you see it?
I did see it. I cover the UFL, for Fox, and it's nice because they correct these things right on the spot. They have Mike Pereira in the video booth, and they're able to correct it within seconds. And it's sad that the minor league football league is able to do that, but we can't do that at the highest level. It doesn't make any sense at all.
You think that they might go to a challenge? You get the challenge calls like that eventually. I mean, you talk about the UFL. Why are they so much more advanced with something like that was so plainly obvious? And maybe the other official can't make the call. Did they all miss it on the line of scrimmage?
I just think it's bureaucracy, and it's the NFL. It's up to the owners to do it as well. And so the owners have to be on board with making these changes. But I just think it's like a big aircraft carrier in terms of the NFL changing things. And it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, it's pretty obvious that the call was missed. You would think somebody would be in their ear and say, hey, we missed that one. Why don't you guys get together and let's throw the flag on that. Instead, we have a game in like it did, where the Vikings should still have the football and still have a chance to tie that game up. So it needs to be changed. It's an obvious thing, but sometimes with the NFL, they don't get this stuff done quickly.
As Rock alluded to, this NFC West could be anybody's at this point in the season. But does Cooper Kupp trade rumors put to rest after last night's game? Nakua's in it. Stafford looked like the all-pro that he is. That was a different-looking team than we've seen the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, having both Cooper and Nakua, his top two receivers, now they can kind of run the full complement of their offense. Sean McVay said that, basically Cooper staying, that's the expectation, kind of leaving the door ajar a little bit. But you'd have to think, like you said, at 3-4 and just a game out with a lot of games still left to play. And Sean McVay is not in to rebuild. He's in to try to years ago. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Cooper's not the same player, obviously. He's been a little injury prone the last couple of years, had trouble staying on his feet. Not as much juice when you watch him run around in the open field. Really smart player, one of the best that receiver, and like a coach on the field in terms of that offense. And so I don't think they would get as much value in terms of how much he means to that team. And I think that's one of the reasons you won't see them move off of him.
Eric, the Seahawks changed coaches this offseason, kept their GM and John Snyder. Are you surprised that they're at the top? I mean, if you went into the season, I think they were third behind the 49ers and Rams when it came to the betting lines on how many wins they would have. Because they seemed, I don't know, I'm not going to speak from Manuch, but quietly, no one's talking about them, at least from in this city. I don't know anybody's talking about Seahawks. And that's maybe the way they want it.
I'm sure that's the way they want it with the first-year head coach, Mike McDonald. I think they're kind of about where I expected them to be. I thought they would win 7 to 8 games. Defensively, I think they've kind of been up and down. When you look at their performance, they played pretty well against Atlanta, really struggled against the Niners, and they've lost 5 straight against the Niners. And so that tells me they're not where they want to be in terms of talent level and team building. This is going to be an important game for them to see if they're the real deal playing at home against Buffalo, against the top flight offense. When they played against teams that are legitimate playoff contenders, they've struggled. Niners, Lions on the road. And so for me, I still feel like, second half of the season, they might kind of come back to the rest of the pack a little bit. They also have the Rams after the Bills.
Yeah, it seems as though DK Metcalf's got a little chip on his shoulder because of what Rock alluded to. Nobody's giving him the love. Geno Smith's even mentioned that. I mean, it's kind of like, guys, just play and shut up. I laugh, but it seems like they might have a little more juice that way, maybe, Eric, when you talk to those guys.
Yeah. Yeah, DK's a little feisty, huh?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
I wrote something this week suggesting that, maybe the Chargers should be trying to get DK down there with Justin Herbert. I mean, you watch the Chargers offense, and you can't have your run blocking tight end being your number one target.
Yes.
And not being able to score. And so I think DK would give them some juice in the perimeter. He knows their receiver coach, Sanjay Lal, was a receiver coach with the Seahawks. And just from Seattle's perspective, even though that 4-3, let's be honest, they're rebuilding right now with a first-year head coach. DK has one more year left on his contract. You've seen him kind of arguing, with players on the sideline, getting on the headset to tell, new offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb to give him the football more. And I just don't know if you want to sign on another, lucrative contract to somebody like that, and you're trying to rebuild if you're the Seahawks. But I think for the Chargers, it would make sense because I feel like they're a little closer to being able to compete for a Super Bowl, and it gives them a young receiver to kind of grow with Herbert. So, I mean, you're right. DK, I don't think he's going to play today. Or this weekend. I think he's doubtful because of a knee. But I just think long term, in terms of where that team is, and because of he's a high maintenance guy, I think it might make sense for Seattle to move off of him.
And then you look at the 49ers, the mash unit they are. It looks as though Debo, from our accounts, you could probably tell us, Eric, looks like he's going to go. Aside from that, Kittle, Christian McCaffrey's out for a while. This is a banged up unit.
Mm-hmm.
What's Shanahan's way of operation? When you look at this team, they've still outscored their opponents 100 to 180 to 158.
Yeah.
They're putting points, so they just can't win without those guys.
Yeah, I just think they need to play differently with those guys out, and I think they're maybe a little bit too aggressive offensively and not leaning enough on their defense in those situations when they're missing players on offense. I think if you're the Niners, you just want to get to the bye week. You have this game against the Cowboys you've pretty much owned over the last couple of years. You should win that game, particularly with Debo coming back. So if you can get to the bye at 4-4, I think they're probably going to get McCaffrey back after the bye week. It's a tough schedule. I believe that they play 7 playoff teams during the second half stretch. So they're going to be playing tough games, 5 of them at home. But I just feel like the way that this team is built, if they can get some of these, frontline players, playmakers back, with McCaffrey being the key part of that because he does so much on offense that they're unable to do when he's not in there. I expect him to be at the top of the division when it's all said and done.
Eric, are you hearing any trade rumors with Budda Baker to Minnesota or Green Bay or even James Conner being moved if something doesn't happen here or if the team, loses the next few games?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything in talking to sources around the league in terms of those guys being available. The people that I've talked to doesn't mean that they aren't shopping those guys. I just haven't heard it. I think if you're the Cardinals, I think you kind of stay pat at this point and play these games. See if you can get to 5-5 at the bye. If you can get 5 wins and then go into that last stretch of the season still being able to compete, I think it makes sense to hold on to those veteran guys and let it play out, and then you can figure out what you're going to do in the offseason. Obviously, they need pass rush help. I mean, if they could get somebody like Jadeveon Clowney or, Zadarius Smith, I mean, obviously people are going to talk about Hassan Reddick, but I don't think that's a possibility. I think he's probably going to be staying with the Jets. But they need a guy because of all the injuries they've sustained defensively to be a little bit more competitive in these games and not lean so much on their offense.
Eric, thanks for jumping on last minute. We appreciate you, man. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good weekend.
Sure. Have a good weekend as well.
You got it. Fox Sports' Eric Williams joining us, breaking down the NFC West for us. Again, there has been some rumblings that, Budda Baker, James Conner, because of their contracts, that they could be a couple guys that could be on the trading block. I'm sure Cardinal fans don't want to hear that. But if you can get something, if this team continues to slide, of course, you get a nice win on Monday against the Chargers. But if you go into Miami facing Tua and if this, what's his name, Tyreek Hill? He steps up, one of the worst.
Waddle.
One of the worst seasons so far.
Well,
I think he's got 1 touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. He's on my fantasy. He's been horrible.
They're very excited that 1-2 hours coming back. To your point, Rock, the trade deadline is November 5th. I think the Cardinals the next 2 more weeks before that trade deadline. I think they'll stand pat. I really do.
Yeah.
Tough tough to win this week. And then next week, you got, 3 more games before the bye? At that point in time, it's going to be too late as far as any trades.
Eric joins us thanks to our friends at All City Towing. They are hiring. They are the largest towing company in the state. They're hiring dispatchers, call takers, lot attendants, drivers, customer service personnel. They got it all. And you can enjoy benefits like the state's most advanced towing equipment, set work schedules, the healthy 401k, employer match. They got the health benefits, the employer paid life insurance. How about a monthly fuel allowance as well? So if you're ready to take your career to the next level, visit them online at allcitytowing.com. All City Towing, where your future is on the move. Football 50 is next. We'll talk more about Week 8 as they got underway last night. Plus, we'll get a quick look at the Sunday games. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Does your standard amount of bucks not cut it? Time to line your pockets with Bonus Bucks.
Fat stacks of cash.
Be listening every weekday for your chance to win $1,000.
Oh my God.
Sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys.
Hey, Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter, so we want to help you win $1,000. Powered by Lerner and Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today at 977-1900.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's learning environments are designed for supportive networking and collaboration. With over 330 academic programs, GCU provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
Kick off the football season with Twin Peaks, Roc, Manuch, Jimmy B, and Fox Sports 910 for our fantastic tailgating sweepstakes. Text PEAKS to 59925 for your chance to win a Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, and more. No purchase necessary. Details at rockandmanuch.com.
Dreaming of a stunning putting green or a perfect lawn? With Tempe Turf Installers, it's a reality, starting at just $550 per square foot. Enjoy peace of mind with up to a 16-year product warranty and a 2-year labor warranty. Our skilled team uses cutting-edge techniques and premium materials for a lush, low-maintenance lawn. Call Mark at 602-348-7190 or visit TempeTurfInstallers.com for your free estimate. Licensed, bonded, insured. Tempe Turf Installers, your trusted source for artificial turf.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. We're deeply invested in our communities, supporting local charities and initiatives that uplift those in need. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust. Service you can count on.
If you haven't tried G2G protein bars, today is the day. Find them in your local Costco's refrigerated section or online at g2gbar.com. Incredible taste and packed with protein. They are perfect for your on-the-go lifestyle. Check them out today.
Looking for the ultimate game day hangout? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint, Chandler's go-to sports bar. With over 30 big screens, you won't miss a single play of any game. Plus, we've just launched our all-new fall menu, packed with mouthwatering bites and exciting drink specials. We've got everything you need for the perfect game day experience. Bring your crew to BKD's Backyard Joint, located at 980 East Pecos Road in Chandler. That's BKD's Backyard Joint. Your backyard, your team, your bar. BKDsBackyard.com.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled. Holy moly.
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. After that, you can also save me, as I'm currently hanging from the edge of a cliff. To recap, number 1, customize and save. Number 2, time allowing, save me.
Shoulders separating.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Savings may vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Peter, Hothead, let's bring the nail gun over here.
Jose stands tall atop his sustainable flooring company.
Totally. It's renewable and moisture resistant, but we have several green options too. Or we got some beautiful reclaimed oak.
But floored by his success, he needs to hire more installers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com.
Your line ready for football.
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. Right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, Rams kicked off Week 8 with their 30-20 home win against the Vikings. Matthew Stafford went 279 in the air and 4 touchdowns. I'm so excited that I decided to sit him this week and go with Bo Nix because they got Carolina on Sunday.
You said Matthew Stafford over Bo Nix?
If you would have seen his numbers this year,
Okay.
you would have done the same. You got to take a chance. You
Well,
gotta take a chance.
Okay, but you knew that Kupp was coming back. We didn't know Nakua was going to come back overall. But if Kupp was coming back,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that when I set my lineup.
All right, you must have said it earlier.
It's a bad move, Rock.
I know, but what if Bo Nix rushes for 100 yards and throws
Well, he
for
might
4
still
touchdowns?
go off. You
It is
never know.
Carolina.
Yeah, well, that's a good pick.
I looked at a Vikings team coming in off a loss.
Sure.
I said, okay, I did not see. I think most people picked the Vikings to win that game.
I know I did.
I
know,
did.
yeah. And
So I was looking at it that
Rock,
way.
it's a very good deduction.
I was looking at, Byron Murphy Jr. Maybe he'll get a pick, which he did. I mean, I was just like, I had all the lines. I mean, damn it, the stars lined up.
That's okay.
By the way, the Star Tribune in Minneapolis, they have a picture of with Darnold in the end zone on the ground. It says, ending hard to face.
Oh, very good.
Very
creative.
Very good. So you got 14 more games on Sunday. You got the Bengals and the Eagles in the morning. That's one of the games you'll see here locally. Seahawks will have the Bills in Seattle. Commanders, they got the Bears. That should be a good matchup with the two quarterbacks there. And then the day will cap off with the 49ers hosting the Cowboys on Sunday night. And then we'll be out at the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo Chandler for the Steelers and Giants from the Steel City. So that is coming up. I don't know if you saw the story with Josh Reynolds recovering from a shooting last week in Denver. The wide receiver was one of 2 men that was injured early Friday and got treated for some minor injuries. He was shot in the left arm and in the back of his head. He was treated, released from the shooting. Currently, he's on the injury reserve due to a finger injury, but he has been present for the team activities. But police announced that the 2 men have been arrested in that connection.
How is that under the radar for almost a week, Rock?
No,
I'm like, okay, there's a shooting. You
I
think that would be out
probably
there?
because he was on the injured reserve. So if he wasn't around, someone's like, okay,
Yeah,
he's not around.
Well, he's part of the team, and you just say, hey, look, if somebody gets shot, that's a Denver Bronco, especially in Denver, Colorado.
I know.
That would be front and center the next morning.
Football 50 is brought to you by the Dos Equis Game Day Show. That's tomorrow from 11 to 1. They'll be at the Warner location. Ben and Jax will be hosting the show from 11 to 1, as I mentioned. And 20 lucky contestants at 1 o'clock will have a chance to roll the dice like we do at the Trophy Bar on Mondays to win $9,100. Plus, you'll be entered to win tickets to the first ever quarterfinal game in college football in Glendale. That is tomorrow at the Warner location, thanks to Dos Equis and Phillies Sports Bar. So good stuff there. I want to get into a story I just came over the wire when it comes to sports business. And it is a story with Juan Soto that there is a good possibility he will be a free agent. Well, he will be a free agent after the World Series. And, of course, there's been a lot of talk that he may get a contract more than Shohei Ohtani.
In excess?
In excess. Wow. Now, Shohei Ohtani is deferring $680 million of his tenure $700 million contract. Right. The folks in California go crazy. You know, the politics of California, you know that.
Yes.
They're just going absolutely bonkers, you know, with their income taxes, you know, all the implications and all that.
Sure.
And then the LA, you know, they can value it at $46.1 million annually because of the Major League Baseball luxury tax purposes. So California is just absolutely losing their you know what because they're not getting a piece of this.
Yeah.
You get taxed on everything out there. You get taxed for just looking at the sun.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, that sunshine tax.
You know, and the thing is, if he gets, what's he about, on average, was it $55 million? If he gets on average $60 million, that being Soto, you go, wow. I mean, what's the limit? And you know what? You wonder, the Padres have been hinting they'd love to have him back. I can't see him leaving the Yankees. I really can't, especially if they win the World Series versus the Dodgers.
He's 26 today, by the way. Happy birthday.
I mean, the kid's just a stud. But you know what? It could be one of those bidding wars. And watch the Dodgers get in the middle of that bad boy, too. Could you imagine him get in the middle of that whole thing? They got $1 billion salary intake, that being the LA Dodgers. $1 billion worth of salaries that LA Dodgers team has. And I think that when you see a guy like Juan Soto coming out, you know, people are just clamoring. Now, in reference to him, does he want to go where he still has a chance to win a World Series?
You wonder, I mean, you know, back in 22, you know, with the Nationals, he turned down a 15-year, $440 million deal to stay in Washington, which would have been the biggest deal at that point. And then days later, he gets dealt to San Diego.
And they paid him out the wazoo. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting.
You're a Washington National fan. You got to be pissed.
Oh, absolutely.
You lose all your top players.
Well, yeah. And
you lost Bryce. You lose all your players, all your superstars.
You lost all your dudes. There you are, just sitting there with the ball in your hand with your bat. Nowhere to go.
Hey, Twin Peaks 5 allocations. Don't forget to get in our Fan Pick'em. That's the Pro Football Pick'em. All you got to do is go to fanpick'em.com. It's always presented by Blue Moon and Coors Light. We're going to catch up with Executive Director and CEO of the Verbo, Fiesta Bowl, and Rape Bowl, Eric Moses. We'll catch up with Kevin Rowe as well, and sports handicapper Scott Spreitzer. That's all next as we continue from Wright Toyota to Roc and Manuch today here on Fox Sports 910.
Just heads up, Rich. You may call early. Yeah.
You got the new open, Richie? Lit. Appreciate you. No, I didn't. What'd I miss? Oh. Bad. It's tough because he literally says guaranteed into rates.
Oh, no. How are you, buddy?
Oh, well.
Yeah. Eric's coming on right now. Yeah? Oh, my chocolate chip cookies, man. Thank you. That'll be a nice little snack. Jax, why don't you grab a couple of those?
I'm good.
Jackson's dieting.
I brought 3.
Appreciate it. Well, I just went for Rock. Good.
Yeah, he was. So go back and watch this in karaoke. So I did the right thing.
So I had Lindsay behind me. Kind of in the back, but we were in the very back.
This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen to the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk podcasts. And it's free, never sounded so good.
It took us 3.5 hours.
It took an hour to get 1 mile.
I heard that was horrible.
It was just, we didn't move. You know, it's tough when people are walking by you.
And you're driving.
You're driving, like,
Worse.
great place to watch a game.
The other place, I guess we got it out. Really, I never got to sit in my seat because there's no room. Really?
You got my voicemail, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't get it until the next day.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's who I met earlier.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew he was there.
You guys go back on air?
In about 30 seconds. Okay. I'll wait till we're good. It was there.
So you eat at any of those famous steakhouses in Portland or Eugene? You guys stay in Portland, right?
Yeah. Portland City Grill.
That'll be 1 degree warmer than mostly sunny sky, dry station.
Good.
Yeah, Rich, will you delete that old one, that old open? Just get rid of it because it's old. Oh, record. Okay, good.
I knew what you meant. Back in the day, taped over.
On Fox Sports 910 and the free iHeartRadio app.
That's right. The Verbo Fiesta Bowl Executive Director and CEO, as well as the Rate Bowl, Eric Moses, joins us now on the Right to the Guest Line here on Fox Sports 910. How's your Friday going there, Eric?
Pretty good. Enjoying some temperate temperatures here in Chicago, the Windy City, which is not yet too windy, but cooler than Arizona.
Yes, absolutely. I wouldn't mind being there right now. This time of year.
Absolutely, yeah.
About another month. No thanks.
Forget it. Arizona's the best that time of year.
Hey, Eric, as we look into another week here, there's some teams that really come off the paper, so to speak, and that being Indiana, who's 7-0. And just your thoughts. That's who's hosting, not too far from you in Indiana. They're hosting ESPN's Game Day. First time that school has ever hosted Game Day. Just your thoughts on what's going on there in Bloomington.
I think we all thought their head coach was a little bit crazy when he came out at his opening press conference and said, I win, Google me.
Yeah.
And I remember texting a friend in the athletic department there and said, whoa, he's coming out kind of hot. Maybe we ought to see some games first. But apparently we should have Googled him because he's got the Hoosiers doing their thing. And I love this. I love the fact that schools like that are primarily known for basketball are now super excited about football, and we've got more storylines in the Big Ten.
So when you look at overall, I mean, great games. We talk about Alabama, Missouri. That's going to be going on. You look at BYU, a dog versus UCF. But overall, you look at the schedule moving forward the next 3 or 4 weeks. This thing could shake out with several different scenarios, especially if you're looking at that Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, I should also call your attention to a game that I think many people may not have on their radar, but that's Notre Dame at number 12 versus Navy, an undefeated Navy team at 24. And I'll tell you, the first time I ever saw Navy play was years and years ago in Baltimore, and they were playing against Notre Dame. And I remember looking down at the field and thinking, those guys on Notre Dame's offensive line have to outweigh each of those guys on Navy's defensive line by at least 30 pounds per person. But the way those guys, those midshipmen fought, man, in the trenches, it made you proud to know that those are the people who'll be wearing a uniform to protect our freedom, because they get after it. And this team, I think, is doing exactly that. That could be a sleeper game.
Eric Moses joining us here at Fox Sports 910. Here we are. Like I mentioned, we're in the 9th week of college football, and you got to have 6 wins to become bowl eligible. And as we look at the Rate Bowl, already some pretty good matchups that are being at least forecast or projected. Michigan State, UCF. I like Wisconsin, Cincinnati, Wisconsin, Oklahoma State. There's some Iowa, Baylor. There's some pretty good games already as we get the Big 10 and Big 12 for that matchup.
Yeah, the Big 12 right now, it's got a lot of teams that I think kind of, from the top to the middle are playing really well. We certainly expect to have their champion in the Verbo Fiesta Bowl, but also being able to have another one that are teams who will have a successful season in the Rate Bowl, I think is going to be great. And they're really adding these additional teams and showing the kind of competition that they're going to have, and I think we can look forward to for years to come in that conference.
Moving on with some of the other games, again, I'm going to be closely watching because of the Boise State UNLV game. And can he get his 150 yards on average against this very tough UNLV team? Who needs was it Sluka, the quarterback that ended up leaving? Who needs him anymore? They kind of have that chip in their shoulder. They could proceed without him.
Yeah, they've only lost one game this season. I think that's going to be a great Mountain West matchup between those two teams. Genty seems like a throwback in terms of running back in the classic tradition. Reminds me a little bit of, dare I say it, a little bit of one of my favorites, Emmitt Smith. Not a huge guy, but runs hard and also has speed when he needs it to get around and past defenders. So I'm looking forward to that game tonight. It may tell us a lot about who ends up being that group of 5 team that ends up in the top 12 for the CFP. That'll be between, one group of 5 conference winner or the highest rated group of 5 conference winner. And so it'll be interesting to see whether or not Army or Navy or whether Boise State or another group of 5 team gets that spot this year.
Eric, as we look ahead to the quarterfinal, of course, that's the Verbo Fiesta Bowl. Again, it's hard not to look ahead and look at some of these matchups as you prepare and you get your tickets for this game. Ohio State, BYU, Texas, BYU. Oh, geez, we can't have Kansas State,
Dang,
Texas.
Skippy, you can.
But some really good matchups. Penn State, Boise State. I mean, you can't lose this one. I mean, it's going to be an outstanding matchup no matter what.
You really can. I will say, and hopefully nobody holds this against me, but two of the matchups that I think that are projected that are pretty interesting to me from a promoter standpoint are that Texas K-State, Ohio State, BYU.
Yeah.
I think both of those that would perform really, really well in terms of, people coming into the Valley, coming to the game to see it, and lots of energy on all those fan bases.
Speaking of BYU, you mentioned it last week. They were celebrating their 50-year anniversary of the rematch of the 74 Fiesta Bowl with Oklahoma State and BYU, and that came down to a last-minute win. So that was a big deal. It was outstanding. That was one of the better games last week.
Yeah, my friends from Utah and LDS friends are pretty excited about this season that BYU is putting together this year, and are already giving me all kinds of hints and suggestions about how we should treat their fans if and when they end up in the Valley for the Fiesta Bowl.
I was at that game. That was pretty much LaVell Edwards putting BYU on the map in that game, even though Oklahoma State, throwing the ball. Gary Scheide was the quarterback. But the one game projected, Oregon versus Iowa State. Now, that happened before when Brock Purdy won the MVP with it was the COVID Fiesta Bowl. And
don't call it the COVID. You can call it the Verbo. Yeah, you can call it Tostitos or something else. You don't need to call it COVID.
It was during the COVID year.
That's better.
When there was like 3,000 fans.
Jeez.
I had Tyler Shuck quarterbacking for Oregon, had Brock Purdy quarterback for Iowa State. We couldn't go and see him after the game because of the of all the things going on with the COVID. But that's been played before. That'd be a phenomenal game to see the clones if they're both undefeated at that time.
Yeah, I think the only way that ends up happening is if Oregon doesn't win the Big Ten championship.
Yeah.
And I'm not convinced that they're not going to win the Big Ten championship. So I think that one's more of a long shot right now. But you never know, and that could be a really good game. Iowa State will travel. You guys know better than I do that they've shown up for both of our games in the Valley in previous years, and we love the folks there in the Cyclones, and have had a good time up there last year. So we're hoping there's an embarrassment of riches in our future for the Verbo Fiesta Bowl this year.
Let's talk about some high school football. The Friday night showdown last week. It was the 5A game between Desert Mountain and Horizon. Horizon won that one. Tonight, I believe you guys with the troop, the bus, the plane, the helicopters going down to Marana, close to Tucson, correct?
Yeah, this will be our first time to take Friday Night Showdown to Tucson, and we're so excited about being able to extend this program down there. As you guys know, eventually we want to be all over the state and making certain that we are bringing more attention to these scholastic games all over the state. But getting down to Tucson is a big deal, and seeing Marana play is a huge deal. I think they get to stamp their ticket to the Open if they win tonight.
Yeah, they are one of the top teams as far as the Open is concerned. Not a lot of people have really seen them yet, but so you can give us, well, you're in Chicago, but the boys of the Fiesta Bowl, Yellow Jackets, can give us a scouting report. Just have them, direct message me there, as they say these days. Just give me a shout how they do. DM, excuse me. DM me.
Yeah, DM, yeah.
Help him out, Rock.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been trying 20 years. Yeah. Hey, I want to jump back to something first before we let you go, because I think it's, we talked about it a little bit last week, but I do think it's important that the Guaranteed Rate Bowl is now the Rate Bowl, and you can get tickets at ratebowl.com. It's a 3:30 start on December 26th. The game normally has been at night. This is going to be an afternoon game. I know everyone's excited. We have a Fiesta Bowl. Rob Drake's right here in front of us here at the at Wright Toyota. He's got his hands up in the air that it's a afternoon game. But
hallelujah,
talk about that game and everything that goes around that one at Chase Field.
Well, first tell Mr. Drake I say hello. And secondly, we're so excited about this, man. The opportunity to have this game at a more normal football game time and kickoff time, I think allows us to really start to move to become more of a part of the holiday tradition in Phoenix and in our marketplace. We want people to come on out to see a great game. We're working on, as you know, Rock, some things that we hope will make it even more exciting pregame to get people in the festive atmosphere before coming inside to Chase Field and seeing a fantastic matchup between a Big 12 team and a Big 10 team. And given what those two conferences and the teams in those conferences are doing this year, I'm sure no matter who plays in that game, you're going to see a fantastic game.
Eric, have yourself a great weekend. Safe travels back to the Valley, and we'll look forward to talking to you next Friday.
Thank you, gentlemen.
You got it. It's Eric Moses joining us, the executive director of the Verbo Fiesta Bowl and Rate Bowl. So appreciate him taking time. RateBowl.com, of course, fiestabowl.org to get tickets for that. You bring up that game, Manuch, and Rob Drake, a longtime Fiesta Bowl
Oregon,
guy.
Iowa State game.
Yeah,
you got honored.
Yeah, that was the Frank Snell Lifetime Achievement Award. But
big old photo.
Yeah, but I wasn't allowed to go to the game.
Oh,
so it was funny because I remember the athletic director, Jamie Pollard at Iowa State, sent me a text during the game and said, "Where are you at?" And I was sitting at a bar, because there was one bar that you're allowed to go to down the street.
Yeah.
So I get a nice little pat on the back with his achievement award for being on the bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, you get them after you spend a lot of time.
Yes, yeah.
Eventually they're like, "Oh, who should we give it to?" All right, Rock's been around since '99.
2 minutes.
He's been a volunteer since '94. We'll give it to him. And Rob Drake's won too. He's a Lifetime Achievement Award winner as well. But I'll never forget that the athletic director at Iowa State is sending me a note going, "Where are you?
Well, I did the same thing.
We see you on the screen, but because it was COVID, we weren't allowed to be there."
I was one of the 3,000. We allowed 3,000 people. We just said, seats
the
apart.
Lifetime Achievement Award winner wasn't allowed to be there.
Yeah, it was weird. So I'm looking up there and go, "Oh, Rock. Okay."
Yeah,
So
I was
I knew
real
you couldn't
happy
go on
that
the field.
day.
I said, "Where are you at?" He goes, "I'm not there." And you kind of said where you were at and everything like that. I went, You got to be kidding me. You get honored. You got your big mug on the screen, and you're not here to receive it. Now, where'd they give them to? Or they just pretty much was a deduction? Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it was Tyler Shuck versus Brock Purdy. Shuck with Oregon and Brock Purdy. There's Tyler right there.
Yeah, where's Rock? Yeah,
Brock.
Nowhere to be found.
Oh, I've got photos
at
of
a
Brock.
place called K. O'Donnell's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, where is he at? And you're going, well, I'm not there. You're getting honored.
I think that
for crying out loud.
in like 30 years, it's probably the only game I've missed.
Yeah.
And it's the only one that I got awarded, you know?
Yeah, that was such an odd game.
I think I even missed the parade, too. I didn't get to do the parade either.
Yeah. It was
it was like one of those just like, all right, we got to give it to somebody this year. Let's give the 2019-2020 like Coach Q or the Rock.
There we go. Morocco. Okay, he's been here for 20-some years.
Yeah, one of those.
You deserved it, Rock.
Yeah, I did. That's why they gave it to me during COVID. All right, Kevin Rowe is next. We need a challenger. 602-260-9191, 260-9191, and big swag bag. And he's on a 3-game losing streak. So this is the time to get him. So get in. 5th caller, 602-260-9191. It'll be over-unders. Pretty easy. We'll do that next. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Craving tacos? There's one spot in town that everyone can't stop talking about. The Taco Spot. With mouth-watering authentic Mexican flavors and a modern twist, it's no wonder we're the local favorite.
The Taco Spot has the best tacos I've ever had.
With 12 locations and more on the way, satisfying your cravings has never been easier. Come and experience the tacos to talk about. Enjoy handmade tortillas and fresh made-to-order meals that will leave your taste buds dancing. The Taco Spot, where every bite is a fiesta.
Envision a stunning putting green or a flawless lawn. With Tempe Turf Installers, it's yours for just $550 per square foot. Enjoy up to a 16-year warranty and 2 years of labor coverage. Call Mark at 602-348-7190 or visit TempeTurfInstallers.com for your free estimate.
For RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
Looking to beat the heat year-round? The House of Canvas and Fine Wrought Iron has you covered. Whether you need a stylish bay window awning for your breakfast nook, a cool shade sail for your home or business, or a retractable awning for your patio, we have it all. For over 40 years, we've been Arizona's #1 rated shade experts, family-owned and dedicated to making shady deals in the Valley. Visit thehouseofcanvas.com to explore our wide range of quality products, or just call 623-232-9334. Stay cool, stay stylish with the House of Canvas.
Kick off football season with Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light for a season-long fantastic tailgating giveaway. Text PEAKS to 59925 every day for your chance to win the amazing grand prize. A Traeger grill, Blackstone griddle, pizza oven, cornhole set, portable beer pong table, an outdoor projector, inflatable screen, cases of Cocoa 5, a cooler, and Wild Gear tumblers. No purchase necessary. Just text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Make this football season unforgettable with Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light.
Year after year, Lerner Rowe is voted best personal injury law firm in Arizona. You may wonder why. The answer is quite simple. Lerner Rowe is so popular because we give every client excellent service and a superior experience. But also the main reason is results. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients with over $1 billion collected in the last 5
I didn't get what
years
city
alone.
he's from.
Our phone lines are always open and our legal team is standing by right
It's at the
now.
bottom of the segment thing there.
Rope is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Looking for the ultimate spot to watch football with fellow Ohioans in Phoenix? It's Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar. Enjoy great pizza, cold drinks, and cheer them on all season long at Upper Crust. Located at the 101 and Cave Creek Road.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time to challenge the defender. Attorney Kevin Rowe from Arizona's top full-service law firm, Lerner and Rowe. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And Lerner and Rowe, no fees. You're live. You win. Now, Counselor Kevin Rowe with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
You know, it was Kevin's birthday on Tuesday.
Happy birthday!
And one of his
and
one of his favorite entertainers, I got to sing "Happy Birthday" to him. I want to play it. Is that all right?
Sure,
All right,
absolutely.
all right. You have it, right? Richie, do you have it? Richie?
Yep, I got it. Hang on.
Okay, we're gonna get it because I had
This one's for you.
to pull some strings.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Justin Bieber.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Whoa.
It cost me like $50 to get that.
I didn't realize you're such a Bieber fan.
Yeah, I didn't know. Have you always been a big Justin Bieber fan there,
Look at
Kev?
you. Who knew? You know, who knew?
I'm a big fan, but that sounded like Justin Bieber when he was 14.
It might have been.
All right, let's get to this because, Paul, I feel bad I had to sit through that. But you're a contestant today. And by the way, Kev, you're on a 3-game losing streak. So you ready to turn it around today?
Are you sure it's a 3-game losing streak?
Or
Yeah,
not
I lost
winning?
last week.
Maybe
That's
a 3-game not winning streak. You may have tied in there.
Yeah, well, we seem to have a lot of ties, but I definitely got my butt kicked last week.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
All right. You're competing against Paul. He's going to challenge you today. So let's get started. All right. Miami will beat Florida State by an over-under of 21 points. Miami will beat Florida State. Over-under is 21 points. Are you taking the over or the under, Counselor?
This is an easy win. This isn't even going to be close. Miami. Over.
All right.
Over. So over, it's not even a joke. Okay. I mean, it should be 30 points.
All right. We got that. We got that on tape. All right. Paul, what are you going with, Paul?
Well, you know what? If it's your birthday, I'm going to do you a favor. I'll take the 21 in Florida State.
There you go.
All right.
There we go. Oh, generous. Oh, good stuff.
All right. Thank you for that. I needed a win. Thank you for that.
Yeah, exactly. You needed that one. There's one.
He got 3 more, though.
All right, Counselor. Boise State running back Ashton Gente will have over or under 125 yards rushing against UNLV in tonight's game. Ashton Gente, Heisman Trophy candidate.
Strong one.
Will have over or under 125 yards rushing against UNLV in tonight's game. Now, UNLV, their game these days, Counselor. What do you got?
Definitely. I mean, especially since their quarterback, the first quarterback, dropped out for $100,000 and took a red shirt. God, some great loyalty to that school. So this guy's a stud.
Yes.
And UNLV is playing well. But I like the over. I think he's going to get more than 125. He's been doing 200 a game, so on average. So I like the over.
All right, Paul, what do you got?
The game's at UNLV, correct?
Yes.
That is.
It is. And you know what? And it is Kevin's birthday, so I'm going to go the opposite. I'll take the under. I'll be the nice guy and take the under for you. I'll take the bullet for you.
Nice job, Paul. All right, here we go. Total amount receiving yards combined with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, and Odell Beckham Jr. of the Dolphins against the Cardinals. Manuch has got to set an over-under 200 yards receiving by the big 3. Are you going over or under 200 yards?
I mean, I think the better question is, assuming Tua is playing, the better question is does he last a quarter?
Ooh.
You know, over under Tua lasts a quarter. Look at great players, but Tua's got to get the ball in their hands. God, 200 yards. I mean, look at Tariq could do it on, a couple plays if they open it up. I just don't feel it, though. Really don't feel it. I think they're going to be off a little bit first game back, so I'm going under. Although I know Tariq definitely needs to have a breakout game. I'm still taking the under.
All right, Paul.
Wow, I'm a Cardinal homer. This one's going to hurt to say this. Kevin, happy birthday again. I'm gonna go over. Those three guys. They're gonna be right at 202. Those three guys. That's where they're gonna be. 202, just barely.
Paul calls that 202. All right, good stuff.
All right, last one. Winner and score of the Washington Huskies at the Indiana Hoosiers. Winner and score at Indiana. They got the whole game, college game day, the whole nine. Everybody's gonna be there.
Yep, I know. Coach Corso is going to be there. Everybody's celebrating the 7-0 Hoosiers. You know who's not playing? Rourke. Oh, but does that really matter? Well, it didn't prove to matter last week. Look, this is one of those things. It is my birthday, and unfortunately, I'm going with my heart than my brain, my mind on this one. I think the Huskies. I'm going with they had a bye week, and they got their butts handed to them on the Iowa game, and were completely demolished, decimated. So I'm taking the week off. They're coming in here. They know what they're dealing with. They're going into Indiana. I'm hoping they can finally get a big road win because obviously it didn't work at Iowa. I have to go with the Huskies. I know they're huge underdogs, but I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. So Huskies. And then I'm going to go with score. Let's go 27-24. I'm hoping. Still crossing my fingers.
All right, Paul. Remember, it was his birthday Tuesday. What do you got?
Wow.
You should be agreeing with me then if it's my birthday.
My birthday's in June, but it almost feels like it's my birthday. Give me Indiana. And that used car salesman, Jed Fish in Washington. I'm obviously a Wildcat fan. So that used car salesman is going to go down again. I've got Indiana 34, Washington 21.
34-21.
At least he gave us 21 points.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, that's at least I got that.
Hey, Paul, good stuff. Thanks for listening. Thanks for playing, man. Good luck to you. Appreciate it. And I'll make sure when you win,
happy birthday,
you'll have to Kevin will physically have to give you this prize. So good stuff there. So, Kevin, happy birthday to you.
Yes.
Good stuff. And
hey, Rock, it wouldn't be the first time somebody comes over to get the prize from me. So,
yeah,
it is what it is.
Well, Steph needs to let you know that certain things were going on, but that's okay. That's another show. Next week, by the way, at this time, Kevin's going to have to take a little break from us trying to become defending champions of the Par 3 at the Fiesta.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yes.
So he'll be with
Kevin,
you.
how is the golf game, man? Are you ready to go next week, or are you just going to drive the cart?
Oh, Rock, first of all, the golf game's never good. But
you have a hole in one.
You
have a hole in one.
Because Manuch was there. Rock was there. Dave Bates was there. I'm horrible at golf. Horrible. But I did have quite a few people see me on TPC hole 6, hole in one. I mean, I'm that good at least to get a hole in one, right, Rock?
Every squirrel finds that, every blind squirrel finds that squirrel, that nut, right?
That was like his shot that I witnessed. It was Scruffalopolis all the way to the hole.
Off the cart path.
Oh,
off that tree.
It was like a squirrel running up to the tee with the pin when it went down. It was a squirrely shot.
It's not how it gets there. It's
right.
in fact how it went in, Manuch.
That's right. Yeah.
How it went in. But, and I do remember, too, Rock was nice enough to take care of the tab that night, too, because I left.
And that's not how it works.
No.
That's not. I've never had one. So I figured it's the closest I'm going to get as a friend getting a hole one because I've never got one. And I know that's how it works. Is you're supposed to buy everybody. And I believe we were at Twin Peaks and the whole place was packed. That could have been a pretty hefty bill for Kevin. But, hey, Kev.
It could have been, but Kevin did the good thing and left.
Yeah, it was smart on your part. All right, Lerner Row gives back. We got about a minute here, but kind of tell us what's coming up next couple weeks that you can share.
Well, yeah, so I'll tell you, this weekend, Lerner and Row staff, volunteers, and everybody, they're getting a weekend off, and it's well-deserved weekend off. Because last weekend, we had three or four events. I know we had the MAM, Military Assistance Mission Freedom Gala. that we were sponsoring and attended. We also had the Kiwanis Club of Glendale steak dinner that we sponsored and attended on the 19th. And as well on the 19th, we had the Firefighters Unite Against Cancer Gala that we sponsored and attended. And also those 2 days, we were at the Taco Festival. So there was so much stuff going on. So this weekend, everybody takes a break to get ready because November and December are big charity events. So next weekend, as you mentioned, we have the Par 3, Fiesta Bowl Par 3 that will be involved. Roc and I will be out there taking care of that. And then Friday night, we have an event. I believe Friday night is the Great Heart Gala, local schools here. And then Saturday, we have an event off the record for Phoenix Children's Hospital. And next week, Thursday, our staff, myself, will all be at the Phoenix Children's Hospital participating in Halloween. To those
awesome.
that are not fortunate enough to get out, that are patients at Phoenix Children's Hospital, we will be bringing all to them. It's a great thing. We do it every year. We're truly excited and honored that we're able to do it and get to see these great kids and their families. So
And
it's a great time. So that's next week for Halloween.
As we let you go, you're going to dress up as Glenn? That would be funny.
Then I'd have to shrink myself.
Yes,
I'd have to be on my knees the whole time.
That'd be funny. Like Tim Conway.
I was thinking the same thing on his knees.
Hey, good stuff, Kevin. Thank you for what you did for me
Yes.
the other day too, man. You appreciate you. The gift was rewarded. So thank you. It's inside, he knows.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
You.
Have a good weekend. That's Kevin Rowe joining us. Learn and Row gives back. You can check it out online. We're going to catch up with Scott Spreitzer. By the way, Phil Esch, the Grateful Dead co-founder and bassist, passed away today at the age of 84. If you like the Grateful Dead,
84,
which I'm a big Grateful Dead fan. Been to 8 shows. Love the Dead, and that's sad. Anyway, coming up, Scott Spreitzer. We'll break down a bunch of games. It's Fox Sports 910.
This is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Injury report for the Suns' second game of the season on the road against the Lakers tonight, as Bradley Beal and Grayson Allen both probable. Josh Okogie out again with his right hamstring strain. ASU hockey this afternoon on Fox Sports 910, game 1 of 2 this weekend at Northern Michigan. Our pregame coverage starts just after 3:30. Cardinals coach Jonathan Gannon says defensive lineman Darius Robinson and Roy Lopez and cornerback Sean Murphy-Bunting all will not play on Sunday against the Cardinals. College ball tomorrow, Arizona at home trying to get to 500 with a win over West Virginia. ASU is off. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the ultimate lunch lineup boasts wall-to-wall sports and scenic views. When you're hungry and in a hurry, the Scratch Kitchen delivers lunch in the clutch. I mean, where else can you order a 29-degree draft beer and a quickie combo on your lunch break? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Twin Peaks Scratch Kitchen scores every time. Dig into hand-smashed burgers, chef-inspired flatbreads, and more at your local lodge.
Life's a sprint, and you need a quick pick-me-up. Meet G2G Protein Bars, the ultimate grab-and-go meal replacement. Whether you're hustling in the office, enjoying a day on the links, or conquering the daily grind, G2G is your perfect fuel. Score an 8-pack at your local Costco's refrigerated section, or explore amazing flavors at G2GBar.com. Quick, delicious, and power-packed. G2G Protein Bars, setting the pace for your energetic lifestyle.
Attention drivers. Drive smart, Arizona. All City Towing, Arizona's largest towing storage services contractor, reminds you to follow the move over law. When you see emergency vehicles, move over and slow down. Keep our roads safe for all. Brought to you by All City Towing.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado feature a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. That's why they've won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant and enjoy. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Tune in Thursdays at 1:30 p.m. for the Crest Insurance Group's Sun Devil Report with Coach Charlie Rago. Crest Insurance. Coverage you can trust, service you can count on. Every Thursday on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Looking for the ultimate spot to catch all the college football action and your chance to win $9,100 every Saturday? Join us at Philly Sports Grill for the Dos Equis Game Day Show, live every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at any of our 4 Valley locations. Each week, up to 20 contestants will have the chance to roll the dice and win $9,100. Plus, be entered to win tickets to the first ever quarterfinal game in Glendale. Plus, enjoy Dos Equis featured each week. Visit fox910gameday.com for details. Philly Sports Grill, the #1 sports bar where the game is always on and the excitement never ends.
Tune in Saturday morning from 9 to 11 for Backspin, the golf show presented by Ping. Play your best. The Backspin boys take you inside the ropes every week with guests and great debates on the game. Backspin, the golf show on Fox Sports 910.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
The only place you're going to find 3 10-foot screens with games on full volume in 3 separate rooms, all in the same bar.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
With dozens more big screens. You'll find every game you're looking for only at Dukes, because there's only one Dukes. Voted best sports bar by New Times.
Dukes on Miller and McDowell.
Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, darts, karaoke and trivia nights. 3 huge patios on the Greenbelt, all doggy friendly.
Where Dukes? Where Dukes? Miller and McDowell. Scottsdale.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at progressive.com. That's progressive.com.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at wrighttoyota.com. Time to break down this weekend's biggest games with one of the nation's premier handicappers. From DocSports.com and seen every week on ESPN's Sunday Countdown, he's Scott Schweitzer. And he's here to help make sure your picks pay out with Roc and Manuch on Fox Sports 910.
Also, you can follow him on X, Twitter, at Scott Wins. Of course, Scott Schweitzer joins us here on a Friday. Let's go back to Huskers last week. Did Indiana just score again there, Scott? What's going on there? I watched with a bunch of Husker fans. That didn't go over well.
What did I do to you?
You're not giving any Bobcats any love. I mean, any Ohio Bobcats.
That's what it is.
Yeah, come on.
Boy, that was, they had a week to prepare. I'd hate to see what would have happened if they had 2 weeks to prepare.
Oh, jeez.
That bye week last week didn't help at all. So honeymoon is over. They'll take their lumps tomorrow, and then they got to try to find a way to get to a bowl game.
Yeah, I hope they do. It's good for football.
Yeah,
for them to have success.
Raiola got a taste of big boy ball in reference to everything. They threw everything but the kitchen sink at that young kid. I felt bad for him after a while. They were just bringing blitzes, stunts, red dogs, green dogs, blue dogs. I mean, they're bringing the house at that kid.
All right,
you can't run. You might as well bring the heat, right? Put the heat on the kid, and they can't run the football with that offensive line.
All right, let's start with what's a highly anticipated showdown with college football playoff implications tonight. UNLV and Boise State. Boise State just 2-1 against the spread as chalk. This should be a good one. I know a lot of people want to watch the Heisman Trophy hopeful and Ashton Genty. I saw the spread was 3. Now I'm seeing 3.5. Now, currently, I see it at 4. Where is this going?
Yeah, sitting basically at 4. The totals come down from 65 to 63.5. But Boise's ranked 17th. UNLV is a legit top 25 team right now, but yet they're unranked. 6-1, 5-2 against the number. The only loss came in that overtime loss to Syracuse. And I know the Cuse looked bad last night. McCord was terrible. But that was a game UNLV could have and should have won. They had their chances and they blew it. Having said that, they bounced back well. And I look at these two teams. Neither team does a ton through the air. Boise's a little bit better in that department if you look at the overall numbers. But if you just look since Hajj Malik Williams took over a quarterback, UNLV is more diverse. 71% passer, 10-2 touchdowns to interceptions, and he's a threat to run at any time. Under the kid who left, Sluka, they couldn't throw the football. Now they can. So those season-long numbers are a bit skewed because of that. Boise's defense is bad against the pass. I think UNLV gets the cover at 4 at the very least, if not wins the game. I was at the game last year. Boise was night and day better than UNLV, but I think that the Rebels have caught up. They're not going to stop Ashton Genty and his 10 yards per carry, but I think they can slow him down a little bit.
All right, it's got the second game. Notre Dame -14 last time I looked at Navy. I've been impressed with Navy. This kid, that quarterback, he's a hybrid running back, quarterback. But what they do with their option is virtually unstoppable. I mean, Army's the same way. How are you looking at this game, and can Navy slow this team down at Navy?
Well, it's at Meadowlands.
Meadowlands.
MetLife, at MetLife. But I was going to say it's one of those situations where the power rating says one thing, and can Notre Dame stop the Navy option is another thing to throw into the mix. The power rating on this game, guys, is like 19 and a half Notre Dame. And, of course, that number, even though it's gone up from 12 and a half, it's only gone to 14. So there's still all that cushion if you like power ratings, Vegas power rating. So the concern for Navy is that the best team they faced all season was Memphis, and they were just inside the top 50, Memphis, before last week's games at Navy. But you look at Navy in that Memphis game, they tore it up on the ground, and they gained 570 yards. They gave up 659 yards to Memphis on almost 7 yards per play. They can pass. They can throw a little bit, but they're not going to throw a lot, 125th in passing yards per game. And that concerns me if you're Navy, because if you also throw in some of the metrics, they're outside the top 70, and that schedule has been just as soft as it gets. So I think Dame is going to be a little too tough here. I trust the Vegas power ratings a little bit more than the fact Navy has run well and undefeated. It's up to 14. At 12 and a half, I would have jumped in on Dame. At 14 now, it's basically a lean or an opinion.
All right, Missouri at Alabama. I've seen the spread all over the board here, 17, 13 and a half. I don't know where it is right now, but Alabama's had their number the last 5 meetings. Is this one that Alabama needs? They definitely have to win this one, no matter what.
Oh, yeah, and I jumped on Bama earlier this week. It was 13 and a half.
Okay.
And then when the news came out about Brady Cook not expected to play, basically downgraded to doubtful, it went all the way up to 17 and a half. And believe it or not, I still think Bama's the side here. Brady Cook's the real deal. We all know that. But they've lost him. They've lost Nate Noel, their top running back. So when you combine what those two give to Missouri, you're talking about over 2,000 yards between Cook's passing and Noel's rushing yardage. That's going to be tough to replace. I don't think they'll be able to run on the Tide. Of course, Alabama, they're going crazy. The fans at Kalen DeBoer, the guy's as good as it gets as far as the head coach. He's just trying to bring in what he does with another guy's players. The Tigers have just one Power 4 road game under their belt this year. They got crushed by A&M 41-10. I think Bama rolls in this game, guys.
All right, Scott, let's move on.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. All right, BYU at UCF. UCF -2. BYU going to UCF. Are they giving a little more home field advantage? Or are they still nobody convinced that BYU's the real deal?
Yeah, the UCF was about a 2-point dog on Monday. Now they're as high as 3 in a couple of shops just in the last hour, laying 2.5 for the most part at UCF. But it is a tricky spot for BYU. They're undefeated. And when it comes to the luck metric, turnover luck, BYU is at or near the top of the list. They escaped SMU before the Mustangs changed things up on offense. They were outgained by Baylor in a 6-point win, needed a touchdown with 10 seconds left in the game in order to beat Oklahoma State in Provo. And Oklahoma State had lost its quarterback. They had lost, their running back, one of the best in the nation during the game, and still scored 35. Even the win over Kansas State was fluky. I mean, that was just K-State, like Murphy's Law hit K-State for about 6 minutes of game time, and BYU went nutso. But I look at BYU, offense is below average in some of the key metrics. Defensively, I think they're going to struggle because UCF is as good as it gets on the ground, 280 yards rushing per game. And here's one thing I wanted to mention also. If you got a team like this, I mean, we're 7 games into the season for BYU. They are undefeated, yet they're getting 2.5 from a football team that, has lost, 3 in a row, 4 in a row now. So that kind of tells you something, too, that Central Florida is a favorite in this game. I like them here. I bet them earlier this week. I still like them at less than 3.
All right, let's get to the NFL. Cardinals 3-4 on the road. Dolphins 2-4. Tua being back. How has the spread changed with Tua being, at least it sounds as though he's going to go?
Yeah, a lot of 4.5s out there now. It was 3 earlier in the week. So Miami, the market has reacted to Tua likely playing and bumped him up a little bit here. Such a huge difference when he's on the field, obviously. Miami's 2-6 without him, and they don't even average 14 points per game. And they're a 63% winner in the games he's played. And that points per game average goes from like 13 to 27. So it's a huge difference, obviously. And also when they play at home, they've been phenomenal at home since McDaniel's been there. But The Cardinals have battled injuries all season. The defense has not done well on third down. They give up 6 yards per play. I think it's a nice spot for the Dolphins. If he can find 4, I think Miami's the way to go here.
And last but not least, the Cowboys, the week off, trying to get it right, getting Mike McCarthy, getting questioned by his head coach, taking on the Niners, who are banged up a little bit. Last time I saw the Niners, minus 4.5? Is that still accurate?
Yeah, it's all the way down to 4 in most books. I even saw a couple of 3.5s in the last hour or two. So the market is going with the Cowboys here. If you look, the more I dug into this game, the more I lined up on Dallas, and I ended up playing them. San Francisco had one sustained scoring drive last week, and it was late second quarter. It ended in a field goal. Their other 2 scoring drives went for 22 yards on 4 plays, 23 yards on 7 plays. And then you look at KC, 2 second-half scoring drives added up to 25 plays for 159 yards, and they both ended in touchdown drives. The Cowboys' bye week came at an opportune time. I mean, they were a mess, but now they get to without McCaffrey, of course. Brandon Ayuk's gone for the season. Can Debo play? And if he does, is he going to be, able to play anywhere close to his normal level after spending time in the hospital with pneumonia? So, you got a lot of guys jumping ship on your boy Brock Purdy. I'm like, he had nobody. Yeah. I mean, they could have got guys in the crowd and maybe wanted to, because they had so many injuries last week. That's still a problem here for San Francisco. One real quick thing that I saw KC do against Purdy, he doesn't have his tools with him, his skill people. They were able to play closer to the line of scrimmage. They're corners, and that gets them closer to the quarterback. They can pressure the quarterback. And right now, Purdy has nobody really who can consistently beat the opponent with one-on-one coverage. They're not going to get a lot of separation. So 2-4 in their last 6. I got to back the Cowboys here, guys.
Good stuff, Scott, as always. Have yourself a great weekend, and we will talk to you next week, bud. Thank you.
Take care, guys. Good luck.
Scott Spreitzer, DocSports.com. Check out all of his bets. We should have asked him about the Yankees and Dodgers. Missed that one. Why don't you call him back, Manuch?
Oh, let me get right back to him. He's a little busy right now.
He's courtesy of Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks 5 value locations. Sign up for our free annual Pro Football Pick'em. It's brought to you by Twin Peaks, of course, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. You can win up to $5,000 weekly man cards, all there at fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com. We'll have our weekly locks of the week. Rob Fredrickson's going to join us in the next hour. A former first-round pick from Michigan State, does some color analyst for the Cardinals. We'll get his take on the Miami game. That's all coming up as we continue on from Wright Toyota. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Looking for the ultimate hangout? Welcome to the Trophy Bar in downtown Ocotillo, where epic sports, stunning cars, and ice-cold drinks meet fabulous food and specialty cocktails. It's the spot for everyone. Guys love our 34K TVs, 16-foot video wall, and killer happy hour specials, while the ladies indulge in high-end decor and amazing cuisine. Join us for our thrilling nights. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Mondays, Coach Dillingham on Wednesdays, and Cards on Thursdays. Visit us at Price and Queen Creek Road in Chandler. The Trophy Bar, where the spoils go to the victors.
At Grand Canyon University, we believe in equal opportunity, and the American dream starts with purpose. Whether your pursuit involves a bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree, GCU's learning environments are designed for supportive networking and collaboration. With over 330 academic programs, GCU provides a path to help you fulfill your dreams. The pursuit to serve others is yours. Find your purpose at GCU. Private, Christian, affordable. Visit gcu.edu.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Hashtag Sexy Roof Status. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Arizona's headquarters for Toyotas is Wright Toyota. Hey, Rock, for my friends at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. You will always find the right deal at Wright Toyota. Wright Toyota has been driving Arizona's home for years with their amazing service, pricing, and great selections. I encourage you to discover the difference at Wright Toyota. Make the right choice, Wright Toyota, just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard, and always online at wrighttoyota.com. The right price, the right selection. Check out wrighttoyota.com.
Craving tacos? Discover the Taco Spot, where mouth-watering, authentic Mexican flavors meet a modern twist. With 12 locations and more on the way, we're the local favorite. Visit tacospotaz.com and follow us on social media. Come experience the tacos to Taco Bout, the Taco Spot.
Dreaming of a stunning putting green or a perfect lawn? With Tempe Turf Installers, it's a reality, starting at just $550 per square foot. Enjoy peace of mind with up to a 16-year product warranty and a 2-year labor warranty. Our skilled team uses cutting-edge techniques and premium materials for a lush, low-maintenance lawn. Call Mark at 602-348-7190 or visit TempeTurfInstallers.com for your free estimate. Licensed, bonded, insured. Tempe Turf Installers, your trusted source for artificial turf.
What's that sound? That's the sound of Downy Unstoppable scent beads going into your washing machine and giving your clothes freshness that lasts all day long. There it is again. It's like music to your ears, or more like music to your nose. That freshness is irresistible. Let's get a Downy Unstoppables bottle shake. And now a sniff solo. Nice. With Downy Unstoppables, you just toss, wash, wow, for all-day freshness.
We're going abroad for the first time in years, to Spain. So we started using Babbel.
And started learning Spanish fast.
With Babbel, you can start having conversations in another language in just 3 weeks.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind.
In just 3 weeks, we're starting to have conversations in Spanish. Gracias, Babbel.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
Now back to the Roc and Manuch Show, live from Wright Toyota. Right on the corner, right on the selection, and always right on the price. Wright Toyota, 77th Street and Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale, and online at WrightToyota.com.
You're live.
Today, no Jimmy B. Got Jax here, Richie back at the iHeartRadio studios. Time for our locks, which are brought to you by Upper Crust Pizza and Wine Bar in Phoenix, Cave Creek and 101. It is your home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. And they will have tomorrow's game between the Buckeyes and Huskers. That is a 9 o'clock kick. So you have a choice. You can either go with all the Buckeye fans to Upper Crust or all the Husker fans at Arena. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get there like 9:30. By then it'll be 14-0
Okay.
Buckeyes.
Yes.
And I'm going to Arena because it's for the Husker fans.
Yeah.
And I am going to have the hat, shirt, all Buckeye gear out to see how that goes.
Will they let you in, Rock?
Absolutely, and because that is my lock. That is my lock this week, and the reason why is Ohio State has won the last 7 games in this series by almost 31 points on average. They're coming off a bye week where they lost at Oregon. They are going to run up this score as much as they can because they need to prove a point that, hey, what happened there at Oregon, Eugene, will not happen again. So I am going with the Buckeyes, as my lock.
All right, I'm going to go with, imagine this, my K-State Cats, minus 10 over KU. The Cats we've won 15 in a row, I believe. And K-State's really, as far as Johnson as a fine quarterback, they're kicking it in. Last week against West Virginia, they just blew the doors off. Offense is on a roll. It's in Manhattan, Kansas, at home in Little Apple. KU,
That's not something to be proud of.
Oh,
you call something little.
Oh, the home of the Little Apple.
Why would that be something like that's good?
Because they know there's the Big Apple in New York, the Little Apple's in Manhattan, Kansas.
That's embarrassing.
That's kind of the deal. So I got my K-State Cats minus 10 over at K-Who for my lock.
I'm going to go Indiana minus 6 against Washington. I think they roll the Huskies, although they got a backup coming in. That backup played last game against Nebraska. He went 7 for 8, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns, and led 4 straight touchdown drives. Signetti, he knows how to get his team right. I know College Game Day is going to be there, but they're a veteran-led team. Kurt Signetti, Coach of the Year, and I think the Indiana Hoosiers roll Washington.
There you go. And let's since you guys have been ripping me a new one the last 3-4 weeks, Jax, why don't you just update our standings through today? The 25th.
Give him his accolades.
Yeah, it's a little. I'm not looking for anything big. I just want you to.
I didn't get any
take the good with the bad.
Rock's in the lead, 5-3, followed by myself and Manuch 4-4. I had BYU minus 9 last week. That did not hit. Manuch had Rutgers -5. They lost to UCLA, I believe. And
Yes.
then Rock had Wisconsin -7.5 over Northwestern, and they crushed Northwestern. Wisconsin kind of on a hot streak
Yeah,
right
they are.
now.
Yeah, they didn't look that good first 2 weeks.
First week,
Not at all. But
they're coming around. All right, there you have it. Our random fact of the day, the Yankees and Dodgers, they haven't played in a World Series since the Dodgers defeated them in 1981, but it's actually the most common matchup of all time. The two teams met in the World Series so far 11 times. The Yankees have won 8 of them. And, of course, if you do the K-State math, the Dodgers have won 3. So there is your random fact of the day.
Great series. You got power on both sides. You got speed on both sides. I don't know if the Yankees can play small ball as well as the Dodgers, but again, it's all about the pitching. Can this Dodger bullpen, this Dodger staff hold up to the Yankees? But it's what everybody wanted, whether it's Friday night or Tuesday morning or whatever. People are going to be tuned in and watching this bad boy. I just, I'm a senior circuit guy. I'm a National League guy, so I'm hoping to see the Dodgers.
You're a what?
Senior circuit. They call the National League the senior circuit. For years and years, they call that the senior circuit. It's kind of, been out there for many, many years. And I hope that the Dodgers can beat them. I'm thinking this bad boy goes 6. Dodgers win it 4 games to 2. It's called the senior circuit, Rock. Where you been, man?
I worked in baseball. I just, maybe that's something they did when, black and white television and all. I mean,
back in the day, it's an old saying from yesteryear, calling the National League the senior circuit. I don't know why they call it the senior circuit, but I just throw a little flavor into that comment there a little bit.
Did you know the American League is called the junior circuit?
Yes.
Why?
Absolutely. I don't know why they gave the senior. Maybe the National League started. Maybe the Cincinnati Reds. Cincinnati Redlegs, by the way, was their name. Maybe one of the first ones. It was the National League for years until they developed American League,
which is 25 years later. So that's probably why they said, "Okay, we'll call you junior."
Yeah, you're the junior.
Yeah, well, senior, junior.
Yeah,
I don't think they like being called that, but I think a lot of anticipation for this series. Of course, 5:00 today and tomorrow will be the 2 games, and then they'll head to New York. 3 in New York. They've talking about all this live music now that they're going to have at these games. Where I believe in New York, I saw a story that had, who was it? Ice Cube or somebody that's going to be doing something. I'm like, oh, wow. Do we really want to see Ice Cube? No. Yeah. So
bringing the
I'm sorry. Right? Ice Cube's going to be LA to a second game. Jay-Z may be doing something. Maybe he'll do Empire State of Mind, or maybe Alicia Keys will come. They did it back in 2009.
Stars are coming out for this series, Rock.
There's going to be so many shots of all these celebrities in LA and in New York. Yeah. More in LA.
I would agree with that.
Got Lakers and Suns tonight at 7:00. Big night. If you got one of those free passes from your significant other, this is the night you use it. We'll come back with Rob Fredrickson talking some Cardinal football next.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B has been sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing.
Take your armchair quarterbacking to a whole new level. Join the action at fanpick'em.com and try to win this week's pro football games. Play the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Plus, score weekly man cards. Don't wait. Visit fanpick'em.com today. That's fanpick'em.com.
Over the years, Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 injured people recover billions of dollars for their injuries, and over $1 billion in the last 5 years alone. What does that mean to you when you're looking for an attorney to handle your personal injury case? That means that Lerner Rowe is a law firm that not only has experience, but the proven results to recover money for your injuries. The insurance companies know which attorneys won't put up a fight. When you call us, we call them, and they know they have to pay.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. All of our work using state-of-the-art materials and 5-star workmanship. Our inspections are free. You heard me? Free. Go to state48roofing.com to schedule your free appointment today.
Calling all veterans and first responders that are considering buying or selling a home. The Jason Mitchell Group, the #1 real estate team in the United States, is offering all veterans, along with active duty and first responders, thousands of dollars towards your next home purchase or the sale of your home. Hey, it's Jody Ayler, proud to tell you about the exclusive Honor Home Reward Rewards, powered by the Jason Mitchell Group, headquartered right here in Phoenix. Honor Home Rewards has helped thousands, in fact, tens of thousands of home buyers and sellers. The goal now is to give $1 million of real estate commission credits back to veterans and first responders through the Honor Home Rewards program. So if you've been thinking about buying or selling your home and you're a veteran, active duty, or first responder, the time is now. Work with one of the top-rated real estate professionals at the Jason Mitchell Group and put thousands of dollars back in your pocket when you close. Check out honorhomerewards.com. That's honorhomerewards.com. Honor Home Rewards, rewarding those that deserve it most.
This is your Friday Sports Minute, brought to you by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas.
Week 8 of the NFL continues on Sunday in Detroit. The 5-1 Lions host the 1-5 Titans. The Lions a double-digit home favorite. The spread in this one, 11.5 points. In Foxborough, the 1-6 Patriots host the 2-5 New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets looking to snap a 4-game losing streak. They are a 7-point road favorite. In Cincinnati, the 3-4 Bengals take on the 4-2 Eagles. Both teams winners of 2 in a row. Joe Burrow and the Bengals a 2.5-point home favorite. Denver Broncos 4-3 home to the 1-win Carolina Panthers. Broncos a 10-point home favorite in the Mile High City.
New BetMGM customers can download the app today using code MINUTE to receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if they don't win their first bet. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus to wager. New customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Joe Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting from the Raffi Law Group studios. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD3 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
KSU hockey on the way here on Fox Sports 910. Our coverage begins in a little over a half an hour as they take on Northern Michigan on the road. The Suns are back on the hardwood tonight against LeBron James and the Lakers in L.A. Phoenix got a thrilling overtime victory over the Clippers on Wednesday to start the new win.
Rob's ready.
College ball tomorrow. The Wildcats entertain West Virginia. ASU is on a bye. The Cardinals head east to play the Dolphins in Miami on Sunday. The Cards will face Tua.
That would be the best in the business, of course.
Protocol.
That's right.
Frank
Wide keyword money.
Don't you dare.
FoxSports910.com. That's money at FoxSports910.com.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
More comfortable conditions by this evening with overnight low of 67 degrees. As we head into our Saturday, yet again, some record-breaking heat. The forecast high 99 degrees, mostly sunny and still dry. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm meteorologist Crystal Ortiz.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B is sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. Calling all sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Proudly sponsored by On Air Sports Marketing. And is powered by the injury attorneys Lerner and Rowe. In Iraq and need a check? Make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. And always online at lernerandrowe.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. On
Playing this highlight.
Cardinals in LA territory. Murray on the move. Look out, in space. Kyler Murray, it's a sprint down the sidelines, and they won't catch him. 44 yards, that is always in the arsenal.
Courtesy of ESPN. Of course, that was Monday night against the Chargers, and that made the score 14-9. Kyler Murray in the 44-yard touchdown run. Well, joining us now, 9 seasons in the NFL, the Raiders, the Lions, and the Cardinals, a first-round pick from Michigan State. You can hear him during the broadcast for the Cardinals. Rob Fredrickson joins us now on the Right Toyota Guest Line. Rob, what's going on, man? How are you?
Fellas, what's going on, man?
We've been trying to get you on. I mean, you have so much security, and we can't get through the gatekeeper, and it's like, what is it going to take? What is it going to take to get you on the air?
The gatekeeper is my wife, so yeah, you made it past this time.
Yeah,
I don't know how. But.
Yeah. So, how much different do you think the game planning has changed now that there's a good chance that Tua is going to go for the Dolphins?
Well, I mean, yeah, Tua certainly is a game changer for the Dolphins because they really haven't been able to do much offensively. When you kind of look at them statistically, and their biggest weapons, Tyreek Hill and Devon Achane, they need Tua to really to move the ball around and to facilitate that offense. And without him, they've been kind of struggling. Now, defensively, Miami Dolphins have really done a nice job in terms of just keeping them in games. You look at them defensively, and they're number one in the league in terms of passing yards allowed per game. So about 154 yards allowed per game through the air. So they have a stout defense. And bringing Tua back, I'm not sure, what to expect from him, and just in terms of the rust and whether or not there'll need to be some of that, taken off, and whether or not that'll take some time. But I expect them to be an improved team with Tua back in the driver's seat.
Robbie, they've got home run hitters all over the place, and to your point of Tua, in sync. Is he a guy that's going to take a quarter or two? But when you look at this group of, I'll call it three with Hill and Waddle and OBJ the third. Oh, by the way, Jonnu Smith is a pretty damn good tight end. Secondary-wise, very horizontal, but they can take it over the top. Will that change that much when Tua? It sounds like Tua is going to play to that point in reference to how dynamic they were before he got hurt.
Yeah, I mean, Tua loves to spin the ball downfield. He loves, and Tyreek Hill loves that too. It's big plays have been a kind of a blueprint and the calling card for this Miami Dolphins team, and they've been missing that without Tua. You look at the spread of their receptions in terms of the offense. You mentioned it: Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Jonnu Smith, and running back Devon Achane. Those four guys are really the ones that are getting the bulk of the receptions. They're all kind of in the low 20s in terms of receptions. So I don't anticipate that to change. I just think that the play calling and the delivery of the ball in terms of just the route progression, I think that'll be different with Tua back at the helm.
Rob, with all the movement that they have, McDaniel and Shanahan and McVay, they've all kind of came from that same cloth. A lot of movement, a lot of eye candy, as we call it. But when he calls a game, let's say all these starters are in there, what kind of an offense is it? What's kind of the gist of what he's planning to do?
Yeah, I think you're right. Kind of coming from that coaching tree where it's deception, it's eye candy, as you said. It's trying to affect really that second and third layer of the defense in terms of the linebackers and the safeties, and really a lot of that is predicated on the success of the running game, and just to kind of get those guys to believe what they're seeing in front of them in terms of lineman pulling and motion and sweep action after the snap. That can affect linebackers and safeties, and when you do that, when you have success with that, then that's when you get those deep chunk plays behind that second layer.
Rob, it's interesting because I was thinking back when I was playing and when you were playing. Did you see with these 3 or 4 teams you alluded to this kind of movement? And as a Mike backer or Mac backer, what is your key to not get caught up and watching all that go flying by you and try to stay focused on the key read?
It's interesting playing linebacker in high school and even in college. I was always taught to kind of read the offensive lineman, and if you see a guy pulling, you go flying to where he's pulling to. Well, I got a big awakening when I got to the NFL, and I realized that a lot of that is not true. You can't believe your eyes. You can't believe what those offensive linemen are doing, and so you almost as a linebacker and safety and even cornerbacks that are on the end of the line of scrimmage, they need to make sure they're reading their keys. Which for me in the NFL, it was always feel the linemen, but really see what the running backs are doing. And you don't see a lot of two-back sets anymore, but the fullback back when I played tended to take you to the ball a lot. But you really want to kind of feel the offensive line and see through to the running backs, because that's really where the action's going to be.
Rob Fredrickson joining us here, does the pre and post for the Cardinals, former NFL player for 9 years, first-round pick, Michigan State. A game where you play on a Monday night, Rob, and then you got to go to Miami and a 3-hour time difference on a short week. As a former player, do you recall if that is an issue or not, or it's more of us media types that are talking about that stuff, making it a deal?
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly an inconvenience, right? And you don't have that extra day to heal. And I think from a physical standpoint, that's the biggest issue, is just having that extra day for your body to heal and get right. And then you add into it across the country travel, and air travel can take a lot out of your body as well. So there's probably something to it, but then again, if the mind has the unbelievable ability to override what you may be feeling physically. Yeah. And so if the Cardinals are dialed in, like they were Monday night, if they're dialed in, and if that defense of the Arizona Cardinals, man, did they show up on Monday night? If that defense shows up down in Miami, the Cardinals really, I like their chances.
And with all the injuries, and now that Dennis Gardeck is out for the year, what do they need to do? When you say they showed up, define to our listener what exactly they were doing to pretty much shut down the run of the Chargers. LA Chargers, they shut the run down.
Yeah. Jim Harbaugh coming into this season, you knew what he was going to do. He's everywhere he's been, kind of his footprint has always been run the ball, and we're gonna go old school. We'll get multiple tight ends in there and multiple running backs, and we're gonna pound the football, do some play action pass off of that. But I mean, what the Arizona Cardinals, they've been hurting all year long in terms of the front seven, in terms of stopping the run. And for the Cardinals against the LA Chargers, who have been running the ball exceptionally, to hold them to 59 yards rushing, I mean, that right there is the football game. Yeah, they gave up a lot of yards in the passing game, but when it got down into the red zone, they bowed up, and they didn't allow the Chargers to get into the end zone. 5 field goals. I mean, you hold a team to 5 field goals, you better be winning that game.
You have any problem with Kyler leading the league in 9 yards per carry? Is that all right? Or you'd like to see him run, or would you like to maybe kind of scale back a little bit?
Hey, when the play breaks down, when the pocket, when he senses some pressure in the pocket and he feels like he needs to move out of there, I got no problem with him tucking it and running it. Yeah. As gifted as he is. And the one thing about Kyler, he's not like you see Jaden Daniels for the Washington Commanders. He takes a lot of hits, but Kyler, I mean, his biggest asset, I think, is self-preservation. He understands when to get out of bounds. He understands when to get down. And because he's no good to this team if he's over there sitting on the bench with an injury. So I love it, what it does for this team and what it does for this offense when Kyler can move the chains and have those dynamic plays.
Hey, Rob, we've got about a minute here. You going to school there in East Lansing and being a former Detroit Lion and seeing the transformation that Dan Campbell has had with the Lions as a head coach and seeing all the moves. How big is this for the downtrodden Lions fans for many, many years?
You know what's great about the Lions fans is when I played there, we were not good, and the Lions weren't good for a long time. But that Silverdome when I played there at Ford Field now, it was always packed, and the Lion fans they show up, and they've always been very loyal to that team, and now they're beginning to see some fruits of all that the labor that they've had. So. It's fun to watch. It's good to see Dan. How can you not be a fan of what Dan Campbell has done there and what he continues to do? It's just it's a really good story, and they're a really good football team.
Rob, thanks for a few minutes this afternoon. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Hey, you got it, guys.
That's
Don't be strangers now. The gatekeeper will let you in.
Thanks. Good stuff. That's Rob Fredrickson, of course, first-round pick from Michigan State, Raider, and then, of course, Detroit Lions, as you just mentioned, Manuch, and Cardinals, of course, does the pre and post for the Arizona Cardinals. Appreciate him jumping on with us here. Coming up, we will do Jack's Rewind.
Y'all ready to go, Jack?
I don't know. I thought we weren't doing it.
So you don't have one?
No, I have it. I just thought we were done at 3:30.
How much time do you need?
Well,
we know how this works. You do a show. I mean, like 3:15, we take a break.
Yeah, I just didn't know because you had a lot of reads at the end for our sponsors.
Yeah.
So I don't want to.
He was thinking about us, Rock.
But if you're not ready, that's okay.
No, I am. I was told by Manuch we weren't doing it, so we didn't. I have the clips. Send them to Richie. I was told we weren't doing it.
Do you remember the email I gave you about the Jack's Rewind? Jimmy, Manuch, you gotta. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
We'll find the best clip.
We'll come back with more Roc and Manuch from Right Toyota.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Watch for a crash on the 17 northbound. This is going to be at Union Hills, just off to the right. Also on the 10 near Dysart, we've got another crash. This one also off to the right. And on the Loop 101 on Brea Freeway southbound near Thomas, look for another crash. This one also off to the right.
This report is sponsored by LifeLock.
As Cybersecurity Awareness Month wraps up, remember to update your software to fix security issues that identity thieves exploit to steal personal info. And for comprehensive identity theft protection, choose LifeLock. Start your 30-day free trial today at lifelock.com/cybersafety.
Attention Nebraska and Arizona fans. Catch every thrilling game at Arena Sports Grill, your official watch party destination. Enjoy great food, drinks, and the ultimate game day atmosphere with fellow fans. Don't miss a single play. Arena Sports Grill in Scottsdale.
Head coach Bobby Hurley and Sun Devil men's basketball are ready to join the Big 12 Conference. This season, the Sun Devils host conference foes Baylor, Iowa State, Arizona, TCU, and Houston, all at Desert Financial Arena.
And another steal ahead to Miller, and Miller reverses it up and in, and he's fouled! Holy moly!
Join the action and get your Sun Devil men's basketball tickets today by calling 480-727-0000 or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
Crest Insurance is about more than providing coverage. It's about creating your safety net. We offer access to a national network of trusted carriers. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, we're here to help with a personal touch that's close to home. With Crest, you're not only protecting what matters most, but also helping to build stronger, more resilient communities. Crest Insurance, coverage you can trust, service you can count on.
Hey, it's Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. You know us for delicious family dinners and huge party pizzas. But did you know we are great at feeding a large group too? Our full catering menu has a ton of variety, so everyone will find something they love. And the best part? We don't charge per head. Just tell us how many people you need to feed, and we'll handle the rest. Check out our catering menu at venezias.com. That's venezias.com. Venezias, a family and catering tradition.
When you're hurt in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck, Learn and Row will take you from wreck to check, from crash to cash, from accident to whatever rhymes with accident. And we'll help you with all the details in between. We'll help you get to the right doctors, even if you don't have health insurance. We'll help you get your car fixed. We'll help you get your doctor bills paid. And then we'll fight with the insurance companies to get you every dollar you deserve. Hurt in a wreck? Call Learn and Row. We're with you every step of the way.
Learn and Row is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Take your armchair quarterbacking to a whole new level. Join the action at fanpick'em.com and try to win this week's pro football games. Play the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, powered powered by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Plus, score weekly man cards. Don't wait. Visit fanpick'em.com today. That's fanpick'em.com.
Feeling like your garage door issues are a real game changer? Don't fumble with overpriced repairs. Get Lifted High Garage Door Repair in your playbook. When it comes to garage doors, don't get sacked by delays or high costs. Lifted High Garage Door Repair swoops in to save the day. Put Lifted High Garage Door Repair on your roster and score big with top-notch service that won't break the bank. Call 480-270-1639. Great prices, quality parts, unmatched service.
I want to learn how to cook, but I keep ordering takeout.
Accomplishing goals is hard, but when your goal is to learn a new language, Babbel makes it easy. In just 15 minutes a day, Babbel will help you start having conversations in as little as 3 weeks. Words and phrases you'll actually use. So when someone asks, "How's your French going?" you can say,
Babbel facilite grandement l'apprentissage d'une nouvelle langue.
Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
This is former Notre Dame quarterback Brady Quinn. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Progressive Insurance.
The Cardinals are east to play the Dolphins on Sunday. Tomorrow in college ball, the Wildcats entertain West Virginia. ASU is on a bye this week. Game 1 of the World Series is tonight at L.A. between the Yankees and the Dodgers. New York starts Garrett Cole opposite Jack Flaherty for Los Angeles. The Suns visit the Lakers tonight. DraftKings Sportsbook line is plus 225 for Yusuf Nurkic to get 12 or more rebounds. I'm Frank Garrity.
Progressive makes bundling easy and affordable. Get a multi-policy discount by combining your motorcycle, RV, boat, ATV, and more. All your protection in one place. Bundle and save at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
In case you missed this week of Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, our fine rookie Jackson Groff has you covered.
This is exactly what I've been waiting for.
Jax puts it all together. The best, the worst, and in his mind, the funniest moments from this week's shows. This is Jax's Rewind exclusively on Fox Sports 910.
So I'm curious, Jax. Of course, tomorrow, 11 to 1. What are you laughing at?
You're curious.
Curious.
Thanks,
Well, that gets
Thanks, Jimmy.
That's a Jimmy thing.
Rubbing
Curious.
off on you.
Yeah,
Rubbing off on you.
This one makes sense. So Jax is responsible for a lot of the opens and rejoins and things like that. I'm surprised he hasn't taken the initiative to take out rookie in that region.
Makes me feel young.
Okay.
You know,
you're 23?
24, about to be 25 in December.
Okay.
Yeah, getting old.
Shoot.
Can you remember 24?
By the way, have you noticed 3 times this week Jimmy B mentioned that he's 92?
Yeah.
So he must be 92.
Is he actually 92?
Because we really don't know.
We don't know.
Because when he applied, like even on his job app to come work
resume?
for us, it doesn't say it.
We can't verify anything.
Can't verify it. All right, go ahead there, Jackson.
All right, we've got 3 clips. Hope to get them all in here before we wrap up the show. This first one, Rock was talking about a pet peeve of his on how people go to sporting events wearing the opposite jerseys of the 2 teams that are playing. And Jimmy B wanted to comment on it, explaining how he's an independent journalist.
Why does that bother you? I'm just curious. It doesn't do anything to me. I mean, the guy's a football fan, so if he's a Cardinal fan, he's going to.
Well, you only wear that when it's game day, Jimmy. Otherwise, why would you wear it?
So, would you wear your Cardinal jersey to a Diamondback game? You see that sometimes.
The day that they're not playing.
Or would you go to a Diamondbacks game against the Phillies and wear your Yankee jersey?
I just think that people have a affinity because they like to wear jerseys, and if they don't have that particular jersey of the teams that are playing, they wear the jersey that they have. But look, it's not for me to say. I'm an independent journalist, so consequently,
Who declared you that?
I did. I'm an independent.
When was the last time you
journalist.
wrote anything for this show?
So I did today.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Factor Fooey last week.
Oh,
or 2 weeks ago.
By the way,
did do that.
Did do it, Manuch. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He was good.
Jimmy, want to take it over?
By the way, 2 weeks in a row, we don't have Fooey. So we need to kind of slice that up a little bit. Independent journalists. See if that'll come up. I'm sure we can use that drop. All right.
An independent journalist. This next one, for those who listen on the show, Jimmy B occasionally, and I'm sure on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, whenever there's a football question, Jimmy B likes to prompt it up for Manuch. And sometimes Rock gets a little jealous. So this is a clip of Jimmy B asking Rock a quarterback question, and Rock's response, spot on.
All right, Manu. So this is my question on QBs then to you.
Is this a Q&A with Manuch,
Yeah,
quarterback?
No, but he is the former
No, but
QB.
you just one a
All
day.
right, I'll ask
One a
you.
day. Ask me.
Okay, I'll ask
Dude,
you.
I used to be steady quarterback all the time in my street. Tell
Okay.
football.
All
I
right,
can throw my
the
nerve.
hell with Manu.
Jimmy,
What do you got? I got you.
Jimmy, don't cow down to that.
What do you got?
Talk to
What
me.
do you got?
What do you got?
Okay,
If I can't answer, I'll give it to Manuch.
Okay, fine. So here's Jared Goff, quarterback with the Rams.
Yep.
They play great, takes them to the Super Bowl. They get beat by the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Gets traded because everybody thought Goff wasn't the guy. So my question is, Mr. Street Quarterback.
Yeah, Nerf football.
Mr. Nerf. Has anything changed in Goff's game? And if so, what is it?
I think it's technique. You know, the vertical. Go ahead,
Man, Rock, you were right on it, man. You nailed it. You nailed it.
So what is it, Manu?
Because I think they allowed him to do the things he wanted to do. Go more vertical. Spread the field out.
Did I say vertical?
Yeah. But here's the thing. They went and got the receivers and the core and
That's
the linemen to back him up. They built around Jared Goff. Sean McVay wasn't building around his quarterback. You nailed it, Rock.
I know.
You
I don't
said
know why you
vertical.
can't ask me more.
You'll be the backup
Quarterback
QB on the show, man.
Anybody could be an armchair GM.
That's right,
Same thing as
man.
an armchair quarterback.
And the last clip here, sorry to cut you off, Mitch, but the last clip, this is Rock's biggest pet peeve of Jimmy B.
Have you guys ever eaten boogers?
Dude, you do it every day.
I do not.
Yes, you do. You pick your nose all the time.
No, it's because I have hairs in my nose and they itch me.
So why don't you get no? That's crap.
It is. I do
No.
I do.
All right, I have this
I
nose thing.
manscape all the time.
Where? With your finger? Why don't you use one of those little?
I do this all the time.
No,
I have that.
Where? Bring it on because you need to use it on the air because you're always picking your nose.
I know it
You
itches.
always pick your nose, dude.
It
It's
itches.
embarrassing.
No, it's
because
not.
you touch. Sometimes I get that same headset. So I mean, that's up. So I got in my car. Yeah, I have one of those nose things. So
Yes.
when you're driving, I don't know if you're tall enough to see your rearview mirror, but you put your thing in.
You know, I can adjust the mirror.
in your hair.
I don't have any
Hair in your
my
ears.
ear. I don't have that either.
But you, honestly, I'm glad this came up because it drives me
Is that
nuts.
pet peeve of yours,
You
Rock?
see it too.
Oh, yeah, I've
it's
seen
like,
it.
dude, why you pick your nose all the time?
I don't.
And you're
I
trying to
do
tell me you're
this.
pissed. No, you don't.
I do. I do this all the
Jimmy,
time.
yeah, but your thumb is touching
It is, yeah.
inside your nose.
No,
How's that going to affect your hair?
That hair is bothering the hell out
Then
of
get
me.
a freaking razor.
Look, when you're my age, when you're freaking 92 years old, stuff just grows on you.
You get those little mini scissors.
You
can do up in
wait.
the
I
air.
have those too.
It drives me nuts. Like my mom and dad just walked in, right? They're visiting from Charlotte,
Oh,
right?
great.
And same thing with my dad. He's like, he's 80. And it's the I don't know what it is when you get older. More hair comes out of weird places.
It does.
I
Just
mean,
wait.
it's like, dude,
it'll happen.
shave that stuff on your ear and your nose.
can't
It's like,
come-
it's irritating.
It can't come out your head. It's got to come out somewhere,
So,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Gosh.
It
And
does.
the reason why that came up because the Aaron Rodgers thing and
Yeah.
Pat McAfee show, but there doesn't go a day where we go to a break and he's picking his nose.
Absolutely.
And
He-
I see
he
it all the
does.
time, and it drives. And I've never said anything to him, but I want to, and that was a great opportunity to get it out. Hopefully, that will change things moving forward. But I'm sorry. I mean, you're not freaking 4 years old. You don't pick your nose at 92. And the hair thing, it's easy. That you get the little razor thing. I got one. They're $9 at Walgreens.
Yeah.
It's a little little battery, AAA battery. And you're
Christmas
set.
is coming up, Rock.
Oh, remind me. I
Yeah.
will totally get him.
Right. That's right.
Unless you want to
And
get
then
it
he's
now.
always clipping his freaking nails too.
He's done that here before. I said, Jimmy, that's
You
totally unsanitary. What are you doing? Well, you can't clip your nails
You don't
in
clip your
public.
nails in public.
And not even here. I mean, what are you doing? Well, no, you don't trim. You do your trimming at home. Manscaping, as he said. He's a manscaper, Rock.
Oh, but he doesn't have anything to do with. He uses his fingers. All right. Anyway, tonight you got
Nice job, Jax.
Louisville at Boston College. That's
2
coming
minutes.
up at 4:30 on ESPN2. Boise State UNLV. That's a good one. Rutgers USC. If they lose that game, Lincoln Riley's out.
Oh, man.
It's a big buyout.
Oh, it's a big buyout, Rock. I think they
It's
get
USC
till the end of the year.
Sean Salisbury. Those kind of guys that can afford it.
Yeah.
Suns at Lakers at 7. Of course, the World Series is at 5 o'clock. Tomorrow, it all gets started at Arena and Upper Cross. You got Nebraska, Ohio State. The 9 o'clock games. Geez. Notre Dame at Navy, Washington at Indiana, Oklahoma, which is getting 20 points plus at Ole Miss, Buffalo at Ohio. That is the big one, folks. CBS Sports Net.
Go Parker Navarro.
I'm going to see if they can give me one TV to watch that. Later in the afternoon, BYU and UCF. Oregon, undefeated. They have the longest regular winning streak in football right now. It was Liberty, but Liberty blew it earlier this week. So then later, West Virginia is down in Tucson. Take on the Cats. That's on FS1. LSU, Texas A&M. Good one there, Jacks. 4:30 on ABC. Michigan State, Michigan. Those are always good battles. Kansas State. God, college football is great. By the way, World Series tomorrow at 5 o'clock on Fox. Suns will have their home opener. That's at 7 on Saturday night. Got a little Phoenix Rising, Louisville City FC, 4:30 on Arizona Family Network. And then on Sunday, here are the local games that you got on TV. You got Eagles at Bengals at 10,
30.
Cardinals at Dolphins at 10, and then the afternoon game is Chiefs Raiders, night game Cowboys Niners. ASU hockey is coming up next. They are at Northern Michigan, the home of Arizona State hockey. They're having a pretty good season, so check them out. Support them over there at Mullet. So for our folks here at Wright Toyota, for Richie back in the studio, Jackson and Manuch, I'm Rock. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back 1 o'clock.